Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Marriott.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got Rob in the booth. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. Modern Horizons 2 preview season has started in earnest, so we're going to be bringing you a lot of Modern over the coming weeks.
Yep.
That said, it is very early in the preview season, so not a lot of new cards going on today.
Yep.
But Corey is going to be featuring the most hyped of the cards previewed thus far in his first deck, and that is Grief, the old Charlie Brown.
The old Charlie Brown, yeah, Grief plus Ephemerate, that was kind of the talk of the town right away, and it does seem insane, you know? I mean, you pitch one card, you use Ephemerate, and then you use Grief as well to take two cards from you, and you have a 3/2 on the battlefield, and the Ephemerate's going to hit it again the next turn. So you get to take three cards for your three cards, so, you know, it's essentially one for oneing, but then you have a creature left over, and you get to look at three cards. You get to look at their hand twice, and or look at it three times, but two different, you know, after you draw a card.
So you're still up a card, you have a 3/2 on the battlefield, and you have a huge information advantage.
Yeah. It's pretty insane. But outside of that, you know, I mean, we've seen some cards today, like we saw just 15 squirrel cards over the last 2 days, and you know,
squirrels.
So many squirrels, so many stupid.
When
squirrels.
are we getting the squirrel deck on Versus Live?
You know, that's the thing, is if we could throw this into standard block or something, then yeah, some of these cards we could definitely make work. But so far, you know, there's a few that we're gonna work with. The Esper Planeswalker seems kind of cool, but for the most part, we need some more stuff.
Yeah. We're holding out for some better stuff here, but Grief looks quite good. You're playing it in this Orzhov Blink show that's been doing pretty well recently.
Yep.
And the one issue is that the deck as it is currently built is very white heavy. And if you want to take advantage of Grief, you need to be a lot more black heavy, which makes the Blink element of the deck a little bit worse because a lot of the good creatures to Blink are white.
Yeah. So I made a lot of changes to the list from what they normally were. One inclusion that I just really loved with having all this free discard is Dark Confidant. Being able to, you know, Thoughtseize on one, or, you know, Grief plus Ephemerate is the dream, and then just Dark Confidant on two after I've taken your Fatal Pushes, I've taken your Lightning Bolts, and I can restock my hand that way. That seems really good to me. Now, since this is still a Stoneforge package, there's some hits that are kind of painful, you know, hitting a Batterskull or something off Dark Confidant would be a little
Back in the day, we weren't worried about any of that nonsense. We put Greater Gargadon in our Dark Confidant deck, and we were happy to do it.
Yeah, I remember Rakdos Mirrors, you know, like a national tournament where you're just like, okay, anything but Greater Gargadon. Dang it, okay, you win.
Yeah.
Simpler times.
These days are so scared of everything.
Yeah.
Just put the cards in your deck, and you'll be fine.
Live a little out there.
Eat some dirt.
Eat some dirt. You heard it first. Clip that moment. If we got one thing we're teaching you today, it's not how good Grief and Ephemerate is. It's eat some dirt, kids.
Some dirt. Can that be the title of the show?
Eat dirt.
I don't think Jeremy and Cedric would be very happy about me if I made that the title of the show.
Eat dirt and kick rocks. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, all right. We'll
no. I'll name it Eat Dirt and Kick Rocks. Old Man Yells at Sky.
Yes, there we go. That could sum up every single show, though, I feel. So what are you going to be playing against me? Oh, yeah, and sorry, one last thing. We do have one other deck with some new cards, but with cards being previewed, and we built these decks last week. We don't have anything that's previewed yet, but to be fair, I don't even know if what we would have added. I'm going to try some Darth or something, you know. That looks interesting, but...
We'll get into the more new cards as more things are previewed, as is typical.
Yeah,
but,
sounds good.
I'm going to be starting with a deck that we haven't seen a whole lot of, but in the last couple weeks has really picked up again, and this is the Golgari Yawgmoth combo deck, and it really is Tom Ross once again leading the charge with it. Put up a lot of good results over the last couple of weeks with it. I remember seeing it in Erin Barrett's hand when she won that Open with it, though granted
in the top
some really, really easy competition in that tournament.
Oh, so easy.
Opponents who had no idea what they were doing. It was like they'd never even played Magic before.
It really was. I mean, honestly, that top four opponent, it was just a beating, you know? I mean,
it was embarrassing. Just an embarrassing display. So, you know, that creates some doubt on the when you're watching and you realize that this person is getting free wins from their opponents just being so dreadfully awful. But the deck really does have some, really cool lines to it. I like creature combo decks in this sense because they end up being resilient. And with all the Undying creatures, you end up being sort of extra resilient to people playing a bunch of removal. I think you got some good defensive capabilities with, not just Undying creatures, chump blocking, and Wall of Roots to play against the prowess
I'm ready
creatures.
for you. Some Vanishing Verses. Those will be nice.
And enough redundancy between Chord and Yawgmoth to find your combo together. So
cool.
We'll see how much I can embarrass myself playing the deck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Erin Barrich is very good at the deck, so she embarrassed me easily twice in that tournament. But we'll see about you.
Yeah, it'll be my turn.
Yeah. All right. So you got some marbles. I'll be starting. Okay. I keep. You're gonna keep my hand.
I'm loath to mulligan in the matchup where my opponent has a good amount of discard between Tidal Scholar and Grief at the very least. I'm not sure if you're playing Thoughtseize Inquisition at all.
I got some goods in here.
This is not a good hand, though. It is incredibly slow. And a single discard spell taking this Dral's Messenger is just going to leave me with basically nothing.
Just think, what would the boss man do? Channel your inner boss man.
Well, no, actually, maybe this is okay. Just because I have the other creature.
Okay.
I'm going to keep it. I've convinced myself to. Normally, that's a bad sign. When I spend 45 seconds thinking about a hand, usually I just automatically mulligan.
Yeah.
But I'm going to keep this one.
Well, we're going to take a peek at how good or bad the hand is. So I'm going to go like this. I got Grief. I'll trigger it going off the battlefield second, so I get to look at your hand first.
It's another cool aspect of this combo if you're on the draw, because the Evoke creates... there's an Enters the Battlefield trigger, and then Evoke creates another trigger to sacrifice it. So you can put the Evoke sacrifice trigger on the bottom of the stack, the discard trigger on the top, and resolve that discard trigger, be able to take a removal spell from their hand and then ephemerate.
Yeah, so exactly like Kroxa. Kroxa Village Rites kind of thing. Same kind of setup, but, this is more meaningful. If you had a Lightning Bolt available right now, it would not work unless I'm very stupid and I,
just
do my thing. Yeah.
But
Okay. Well... Yeah, the Dral's Messenger definitely seems like the main thing I want to kill. Once again, I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be taking because, well, this deck's, still an illusion to me. Essence Warden I don't think matters too much. Like, you can sack it and get a 3-drop. That's not that big of a deal. But the main thing is sacking Messenger to go get Yawgmoth and then getting it back, I assume. So yeah, let's take the Messenger and then I will ephemerate it and I will take Court of Calling and I'll pass to you.
Crack a Verdant Catacombs, get an Overgrown Tomb.
All right, and
I'm glad you got to do the thing on game one.
I know. I was like, oh my god, those are the first 2 cards I saw too. I was like, count me in. Thank you. I do need a pen and a pad, actually.
I'm gonna go to 17, playing Essence Warden.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right. So upkeep, I will ephemerate.
Yeah, I'll gain a life.
Okay.
I'm at 18.
Thank you so much.
I drew Yawgmoth.
You drew Yawgmoth. Okay. Well, I'll probably want to be getting rid of that. So yeah, what you're at? 18, you said?
Yep.
Crap. Yeah, let's get rid of Yawgmoth. I will draw. Wow. Then I will take 2 and play Mr. Dark Confidant. Pass to you.
And I'll gain 1 from that.
18 and 19, yep. Pass to you.
I will play Verdant Catacombs.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. Upkeep, I'll take 3.
You go to 15.
Yep. Not my bestest of draws.
Does that mean there's no land?
Maybe. Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes. Yes, I would.
I will just attack with just Grief.
Okay, I'll take 3, go to 16.
All right. Then I will play Stoneforge.
I'll gain 1, go to 17.
Yep. And I think I'm just going to get Batter Skull and I'll pass to you.
Okay, I'll go to 16 by cracking this burden on
Just
your
so I don't
extra.
hit it off Dark Confidant, of course.
Yeah.
You went to 16, then back up to 17, now you're back down to 16?
Yes.
Okay.
15.
Correct.
Yeah. I'm going to get a Dryad Arbor and go back up to 17.
Okay. Dryad Arbiter? Yeah, exactly. You scum.
I was really hoping we'd get, like the not one that looks like an actual forest.
Yeah. That was a big controversy for a bit, right? One of the Dryad Arbiters looked like really close to a land and was getting people in the feature match area and stuff.
Indeed.
Cool.
Okay, I've got an Urborg.
Okay.
I'm definitely casting an Eldritch Evolution, but I'm not sure
Which one you want to get rid of?
doing it.
Okay. Yeah, definitely want to land next turn, but my hand is pretty sweet already, I must say. This deck is nice.
No, he didn't.
No, I didn't. Yep. Nope, it would be summoning sick. Yeah, I only connected with it once.
Okay, I'm going to Eldritch Evolution the Dryad Arbor.
See,
Okay.
chat, we don't make mistakes. It's fine.
This time chat made a mistake? That can't be true. Chat's perfect. So you can get a 1 or a 2 drop, huh? Well, you're for sure going to gain a life.
I'm going to get a Wall of Roots and go to 18.
Okay.
Then I'm going to make a green and play a Young Wolf and go to 19.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then I'll pass the turn.
All right. Take 0. Play this. So many good options. So little time. I'm gonna go with just a Liliana.
Yep.
And I'm gonna tick up. And I don't really want to trade Grief for any of these creatures, so I'll just pass to you.
Sounds about right. Immediately punished for the play I made.
Yeah. Draw a Yagama by any chance?
How would that be punishing?
Because you couldn't cast it.
How could I have cast it before?
If you didn't sack Dryad Arbiter.
I got a wall.
Yeah, but if you could have sacked that for a wall.
Sure.
Yeah.
That was not a play I ever considered, though.
Okay.
How do I win this game? Basically took a line that depended on Corey missing a land off the 2 draws the following turn, which is, not that likely, but I was very far behind.
Yeah.
So it's just in one of those spots where you got to take a risk.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a definite path towards victory if I got to cast at the second Eldritch Evolution.
Yeah. You just go for Yawgmoth off the wall or something?
Yeah. Yeah, you can go.
All right.
I can't do anything. So.
I'll take 0. I will tick up. Do I want? I think I'll just go like this. I'll play a Courtyard, and I'll pass to you. Within your draw step, I'll Ephemerate Grief.
I'll gain a life, go to 20.
Yep. And let's take a peek. Sweet, sweet. Okay. All right, end step, I'll play Batterskull. And get the germ. Or put it into play, I should say. Oops. Upkeep, I will ephemerate Stoneforge Mystic. Search, you gain a life.
I'm at 21.
Sword of Feast and Famine is not a bad one against the old Golgari deck. I don't think you gain one from Batterskull, do you?
It's still a creature entering the battlefield. Yeah, I should.
Okay.
So I'm at 22.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you gain life off that one.
Doesn't say non-token.
That's fair. I thought the token just gets put onto it, but I suppose it still comes into play. So I'll take 3.
You're at 12.
12. And now let's go with Skyclave. This.
I'll gain 1.
Okay.
23.
23. Then I will attack with these 2.
Take 7 to 16. You gain 4 to 16.
Yep. Okay. Past you. Oh, didn't use Liliana. Whoops.
Play Wall of Roots, gain 1.
Okay.
I'll go to 17. You're up.
All right. Take 0. I will put Sword into play. Equip Dirt Confidant. And then I will attack with everything.
05 wall will block Batterskull, and
Okay.
I'll take 7.
Okay.
Brings me to 10. You gain 4 to 20.
Yep, I go to 20. Trigger on the stack. I will take 1, go to 19.
Yep.
Untap. Sack Silent Clearing. And let's go with a Skyclave on that one. Sack a creature. And I'll play this tapped and I'll pass to you. Oh, yeah. Well, the turn 1 Grief Ephemerate, who would have guessed, actually was pretty good.
Literally from that point of the game, I just had so few resources. Like,
Yeah.
there was nothing I could do.
Yeah. Do you want to just do 2 pre?
Yeah.
Since this is a new deck. All right, Rob, do you got any questions from our audience?
I do have some questions.
Okay.
The first one is actually about Void Mirror,
Okay.
which if we want
I remember that one.
reminder for everyone who might not know on the text of that, it is a 2-mana artifact.
2 mana.
Whenever a
Get
player
Retron.
casts a spell, if no colored mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. So the question was, do you think this is going to be a card that people are going to look to sideboard against Tron, or is it better against decks trying to play free spells such as a Prowess-esque deck?
Well, Prowess is still paying mana for the spells, so that wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, unless they're playing Gut Shot or Flashing Back Lava Dart.
Yeah, or mutagenic growth or something like that. Yeah, legitimately just counters mutagenic growth. I think it's going to be a card that people are going to put in their sideboard for Tron, and then when the Tron decks have that very easy way to maneuver around it by searching up a forest, then I think people are just going to realize that it's not good Tron hate, personally. Like, I think it's fine, but I think Damping Sphere is just better.
I think Damping Sphere is much better against Big Tron, and this card is better against Eldrazi Tron.
I can see that, because Eldrazi Tron just legitimately does not have a forest in their deck. I mean, they would just change it to that. I think you have to, but
they would only have like 1, or they would have to make their mana base much worse.
Yeah.
They have 4 maps to find it, but it's awkward for them to find that kind of basic. They really need that to even assemble Tron in the first place.
Yeah.
They want to find temples.
I think you just play 1 Urborg instead of a forest too.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Well, like Cavern also can make colored mana.
Cavern can make mana,
but only when they're playing creatures. Like you can't tap Cavern for colored mana and use it to cast a Karn.
Sure.
For example.
Yeah.
That they have much less way to get around it. They're much better against Damping Sphere. Damping Sphere has never been that good against Eldrazi Tron.
No, not really. In fact, I don't even think you bring it in.
Yeah.
You just try to beat their creatures, and
So this is a card that I don't think is particularly good against Mono Green Tron, because they also have Chromatic Star and Chromatic Spheres.
Yeah.
All that stuff to help but E-Tron doesn't have any of that stuff.
Mhm.
So it's very narrow in application to me. I don't think it's good against people trying to play free spells.
Yeah.
There isn't a deck that has a high enough density of cards like that it stops.
Yeah.
That you can name a lot in the metagame from, Mutagenic Growth, Gut Shot, Flashback Lava Dart, Force of Negation, and I'm sure there's Rebound, Ephemerate.
Yeah.
But there's none of those are all in one deck, and they really need to be in order for the card to be effective.
Yeah, it would have been pretty good against my hand right there. If you even tuned through that, I'm like, all right, I guess I'm hard casting Grief. But
Yeah, but you played Grief on turn 1, so it's not even fast enough.
That's true. That's true.
I would need a Leyline of this card for that to work.
Yeah, I just don't think it's good enough. I think people are like, wow, hype, this is going to destroy Tron. I was like, A, Tron is already bad. Sorry to say it, but Tron is not a good deck in Modern right now. And B, I think it is pretty easy to walk around. Every single Tron deck plays one Urborg now. Because you think about it, like, you could just... If you have Tron assembled, you have 8 mana. Normally, if you just have a forest, you could play 1 spell. But if you have Urborg, sure, your Urza's Mine is now tapping for 1 instead, but you can still probably double spell some big stuff. And
It seems like a lot of like hate cards people expect to be really great lately have just kind of ended up like this, right? Like it seems great on its face, but then like in play, it just never winds up where you want it to be.
Hate cards are overrated to begin with.
Yeah,
like everyone remembers the games where they played their hate card, their opponent had no answer, and it just won the game by itself. But there's plenty of times where you draw your hate card too late, or your opponent just has the answer for it, or it just doesn't do a whole lot.
Yeah,
I've had games with Dredge where my opponent played turn 2 Rest in Peace on the draw, and I just had 10 power in play already.
Yeah,
and I just gave them a thumbs up and killed them in 2 turns.
Yeah, no, I think you're exactly right, and it's just decks these days are so strong in so many different ways. Like decks are not one-dimensional like they used to be, where one hate card will really just get you, like Core Firewalker against Burn. That used to be the end-all be-all. Now you got Bone Crusher Giant, like Skullcrack says there's another damage can't be prevented card. Wild Slash. You just have Path now. It's like, I totally agree with you. Hate cards in Modern used to be like the whole thing. Like, oh, you got Stony Silence against me, that's game, you got this, that's game. It's just not the case anymore. Decks have plan Bs. They have plan Bs that are just as good as their plan A these days,
The format's just a lot less linear than it used to be.
Yeah,
that reputation that Modern had from 5 years ago hasn't been true in 3 years.
Yeah. Since Opal went away, I think,
Even before then.
Even before then, yeah.
There's still been, there was the Hogek Summer, obviously.
Yeah.
And even like those Opal Urza decks, like those decks weren't linear.
Yeah.
They had Okos, like they could play a really fast game. Some of them had the infinite combo, but the ones that were most successful were just fair mid-range decks that were able to abuse Archam's Astrolabe and Mox Opal.
Hey, there was nothing fair about our teamer list. We had Experimental Frenzy. That was unfair.
Yes. So the days of Modern being dominated by powerful linear decks are long gone. So.
I don't know. Squirrels are coming, so that's pretty linear. That's pretty powerful.
Tell Ross is not happy, huh?
Grumpy old man yells at squirrels.
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
This is a solid hand, I think. It's at least a hand that lets me play to the battlefield quickly, and I just need some help from the top of my deck, which is fine.
Yeah, this hand is not as good as the last one, but I'll still keep.
Okay, I'll lead on Blooming Marsh, Birds of Paradise.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right, I have an Inquisition.
Okay, I think I know which card you're taking.
Yeah, the Messenger seems like the one I want to take here. So let's do that, and I'll pass to you.
Okay, I'll go to 17. I think my mana is probably fine.
Yeah, 3 birds. I think.
Okay, let's go to 19. Preserving life total in this deck can be important because your combo involves you just sort of using a Yawgmoth's Bargain.
Yeah, that's fair.
So let's play Wall of Roots, make a green with the wall, and then play these 2 birds.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
Alrighty. I have a Dark Confidant, and I'll pass to you. Bob.
Okay.
All right. How many good cards did you draw?
I'm hoping I can draw a Yawgmoth.
Yeah, would that be a good one?
That would be excellent.
The Yawgfather? No Yawgfather for you.
Did not draw a Yawgfather. I'm going to empty my hand.
Okay.
Super Cutthroat, Drolf's Messenger. You lose 2.
Okay. 18.
Pass the turn.
Kaya. That's
You're
an interesting one.
15.
That's an interesting one. All right. Well, I don't really want to have to chump if I do play Kaya and let's say exile this.
I don't know how you're exiling that with Kaya.
Oh, converted mana value. I thought it was power and toughness for whatever reason. Okay, so I could be taking out birds.
Yeah, Kaya just hits the birds.
Yeah, that's not that big of a deal. Okay, let's go with Stoneforge Mystic then.
Okay.
And we'll just get Batter Skull and I'll pass to you. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Ross draws exactly what he wants.
Let's think about this for a second. So the key to getting everything going is actually getting a second Undying creature.
Okay.
And I can play a land that I draw as well. And I have 6 mana here, so I'm gonna have 2 mana left over. So if I draw another black source into another messenger, I want to be able to cast it. So I'm actually going to use Wall of Roots to cast the Yawgmoth.
Okay.
So let's cast it like that.
All right. Let me give this one a read. I basically remember, but all right. Go ahead, do your thing.
Okay, well then I'm going to attack you with the Dral's Messenger.
I'll take it.
That'll bring you to 12.
All right, down in 12.
Then I'm going to sack Dral's Messenger, paying a life, but that's going to trigger the Cutthroat.
Okay.
So you're gonna lose a life, and I'm gonna
lose
the same.
3 actually, right?
Yeah. So you're gonna go to 9 at the end of it, but I'm going to target the Dark Confidant, make sure that dies.
Okay.
Then I draw a card.
Sure.
That's a weird one. I think you're probably just dead right now.
I'm probably
right?
just dead. Yeah.
So I'll sack the birds. You lose a life. Put a counter on the messenger. So you're gonna go to 8 from that.
Oh yeah, because Undying puts a counter. Yeah, I'm just straight dead for sure. Okay, well, nice top deck.
Yeah, but
Nice
just
top
looping
deck.
Messenger with Cutthroat enough times will do it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was drawing another Messenger, but not another land to go with it. There's a Geist, that'll do it too.
All right, well, both of our decks did degenerate things one of the games, and one of them I did not have Grief Ephemerate, so I hope that's not my only MO to this deck, but we will see. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with sideboarding here on Versus Live. Don't go anywhere. All right, everybody, welcome back to sideboarding here between Orzhov Grief, Orzhov Midrange, whatever we're calling it, up against Yawgmoth Combo. From my end, I just mainly want to take out the Lilianas. You know, we saw them be pretty good in game 1, but I think that was a pretty narrow scenario. You have a lot of Undying, so that makes it kind of bad. It's also just one of our most expensive cards. Taking out the one Sword of Fire and Ice, I like having 3 equipment in the deck, just with Ephemerate and Stoneforge. You feel like you're going to get that kind of value pretty safely. And then just taking out a couple of discard spells for a pile of removal. Plague Engineer, that is okay. You know, I can get your like birds, I can get your and get Noble Hierarchs, stuff like that. It's not insane, so I'm still kind of questioning if this one's good. But then Skyclave is excellent here. You know, I think I might even just do 1E1 Plague Engineer, because if I name humans, I get my own Dark Confidant, so that's not great. But
That only hits your opponent.
all right, then that card's much better.
On my side of things, Veil of Summer is the card that I'm really excited about in the sideboard. Obviously, just very good against opposing discard spells.
Yep.
And then also bringing in 1 Abrupt Decay to deal with some pesky creatures. Wish I had a little bit more removal for this matchup. Cutting the 1 Gilded Goose, which seems very expendable.
Honk.
Apatra is a way to turn a sort of soft combo in a way into a significant battlefield.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to be particularly relevant in a matchup where you also build a pretty big battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can have a Plague Engineer as well to just clean up all the insect tokens from Hapatra.
Yep.
Rankle here is meant to be a sort of another sort of small ball card when they've stopped your combo. It's a pretty powerful, impactful card that you can tutor for.
Yep.
And
Calling for.
Yeah, and you can generate your significant advantage by sacrificing your Undying creatures against your opponent's creatures. Like, maybe that's good here, but honestly, I just want to focus on comboing in this matchup.
Yeah. No, that makes sense to me. All right, so I'm hoping to get another Grief Ephemerate draw. It was much more fun when I did that, but now I just had a normal black-white draw, and I was like, oh, you can't Thoughtseize the top of the deck. And for Ross, the top of the deck is always what you need.
Well, I have 4 Eldritch Evolutions, 4 Yawgmoths,
Yeah,
4
that's
Quarter
true.
Callings.
You did have a solid amount of outs, but the
Yeah.
fact that you just drew the card, I think, makes it worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it happens a lot when you play against Amulet Titan, and you have them covered if they draw a Summoner's Pact because you have like Force of Negation in your hand.
Yeah,
And they just always draw the regular Titan.
Always. Gotta love it. All right, Rob, you got a question at all? All right.
So we had a question about the new Planeswalker we saw spoiled.
Okay.
This is Grist.
Grist, the Hunger Tide.
Oh,
one
hold
black.
on.
Let me try.
All right.
It's 1 black green.
Correct.
It starts on 3 loyalty.
Correct.
It says as long as Grist is in any zone other than the battlefield, it's a 1/1 insect creature in addition to its other types.
Which is
Correct.
pretty crazy. So you can collect a company for it.
Yep.
Yep.
+1, make a 1/1 insect token and mill a card. If an insect is milled this way, you create another token and repeat the process.
No. Close.
It was yeah. It's
Plus
not,
1 is create a 1/1 black and green insect creature token, then mill a card. If an insect card was milled this way, put a loyalty counter on Grist
the loyalty counter on the
and
card.
repeat this process.
Okay, as loyalty counter. -2, you may sacrifice a creature. If you do, destroy target creature or planeswalker.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember the ultimate because I never do.
Yeah,
-5, each opponent loses life equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what kind of shell this fits in, but the card is cool. The card is definitely cool. I don't know if it's supposed to just be like a green-black beatdown collected company deck, or if you're supposed to try to combo off with the insect theme more. Like there's a lot of stuff you can do with this card.
I think you're supposed to be doing sacrificey stuff.
Yeah.
Like Jund Company sacrifice with this card as a way to generate things to sacrifice, a reasonable piece of interaction, something you can hit off collected company that generates a lot of value. It could be cool in a deck like that.
Like Midnight Reaper kind of thing, Midnight Reaper Croxa stuff.
Yeah, or Mayhem Devil, the stuff that people have been doing in Pioneer and Historic.
Yeah, just do some Jund food kind of stuff.
Yeah,
basically.
try to do that stuff in Modern.
Yeah.
Not sure if it'll be good enough there. It seems pretty cool with like Priest of Forgotten Gods because it generates so much food for that. So that's what I think is where you maximize the card.
I do want to accompany into that, so maybe we should try that for Thursday.
The question is whether or not that shell would be powerful enough.
Yeah.
And it reads to me as a little bit below rate for Modern.
Same.
But certainly a cool card.
But so far, that's kind of... that's a large majority. I think Grief is the one that is definitely Modern power level ready. But outside of that, like the 5-mana 5/5, that's all colors that can like make Shivan Dragons and Black Lotuses. It's like, that's cool, but Nim Mizzet's a little bit stronger, and it draws you a lot of cards right away.
A lot of bit stronger.
Yeah. So we'll see. But all right, we're gonna get back to the game. I'll be going first. All right, what do we got? Oh, okay. Well, this is slightly awkward. I'm definitely gonna keep. You good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Just debating what I want to do for my turn 1 play. Nah, we're just gonna go like this, and I'll pass to you.
Okay. I've just got a Blooming Marsh.
Okay.
You're up.
Now let's go with a Dark Confidant. I'll pass to you.
Okay, I guess Abruptico is a good draw.
All right, not bad, not bad. Okay. Now, what do we want to do? Sure gonna play this.
Deciding between some 2-drops.
Yeah, I got all the 2-drops. Oh, I'm just gonna go with another Dark Confidant. Pass to you.
Jerk. Okay. I'm gonna take 2 for an Overgrown Tomb.
Okay.
At 18. Play a Wall of Roots.
Okay.
Use the Wall of Roots for green. Play another Wall of Roots.
All right.
Pass the turn.
You got the walls. 0. Um. Hmm. All right, I'm going to. Tough choice. Tough choice. You got how many cards?
4.
4. I'm just gonna play a couple of Stone Forges. I'll go to 19. Get both of my equipment, and I'll pass to you.
I'll make 2 green with the walls.
Okay.
I'll play a String of Rootgeist.
Okay.
And then I will pass the turn.
Untap, trigger. 0. This deck's so tricky to play around. So you can Court of Calling for Yawgmoth now, which is not cool.
You have a million cards in your hand?
Yeah, I got 1 million, but they're not that good. That's the problem.
Classic Orzhov mid-range cards.
That look really good on surface value, but just are not. All right. I'm going to activate Stoneforge.
Sure.
Put in Sword.
Sure.
I'm going to go to equip this.
So it's going to put you to 18?
Yep.
And you have not played your land this turn?
I have not.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Okay. I'm going to make 2 green with the walls.
Okay.
And cord for 4 in response to the equip.
Okay.
I will find a Yawgmoth.
Okay.
I will then sacrifice Stranglerootgeist to put a counter on the Stoneforge Mystic that is being equipped.
Okay.
And then I will sacrifice the O2 wall to do the same. So I'm going to lose 2, draw 2, go to 16. And that untapped Stoneforge Mystic is going to die.
Okay. Kind of figured that was the plan, but not much I could have done about it.
And the smaller wall is going to die as well. So I've drawn 2 cards. I'm at 16.
I'll play a land, and I'm almost as positive you have Veil, so there's no point in me trying to do anything else, and I'll pass to you.
And And you're tapped out, so I can show you Sengrit Zealbert Cutthroat.
Yep, that'll do it. And yeah, I had Grief from the beginning, but like my only black card was the Dark Confidant I had, and then it was pretty clear from turn 1 on you had a Veil. So I was like, but I can get around that if I had Ephemerate. So I was really hoping Dark Confidant would get me into an Ephemerate. So then in response to your Veil, at least I can Ephemerate it and get one card.
I just respond to the Grief itself. Well, the Grief is on the stack.
Okay.
I still got to draw my card because you've already cast it.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, that's still quite a problem, but luckily for us, we got some time. This is the one deck we wanted to check anyways, so we'll stretch it out.
This one. Yeah, who'd have thought Veil of Summer is still great?
Veil of Summer is still a good card. Yeah.
I was really hoping
that's the one hate card that is still excellent. Yeah.
I was hoping that the turn you were tanking and you were just playing another 2-drop.
Yeah.
You'd play the tapped Godless Shrine.
Mm-hmm.
After I abrupt decayed the Dark Confidant, like I had Veil in hand, and I knew next turn I was playing double wall and was going to have green up.
Yeah.
Basically for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
So I was just hoping you didn't like Tide Hollow Sculler me that one turn.
Yeah.
And then I thought, I was sort of scot-free. You just playing a second Dark Confidant and effectively, repeating the previous turn.
Yeah.
That I just had enough time to do my thing.
And that was the one turn I had the option of just griefing you, but getting rid of Dark Confidant and playing Stoneforge. And that was my big tank, and I didn't want to just throw away that value because I'm still 2-for-1ing myself, but maybe I just had to do that no matter what and try to win off Stoneforges, but that was my one big decision point.
If you just had the one Grief, you would have looked at a hand of 3rd land, 2 Wall of Roots, 2 Tutors, because I had Cord and Eldritch Evolution and Veil. So regardless of which one you take, you're not in great shape. You might have actually been best off taking one of the walls.
Yeah, exactly. I probably would have. Yep. That was a rough spot. All right, let's try it again. I will be going first.
Real quick before we start, I would like to ask
got?
a question from our audience.
Okay.
And it was, what do you think about the new Sword of Hearth and Home? So same stats as all the other swords. 3 mana for a equipped creature gets +2/+2, but this one has protection from green and from white. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, exile up to 1 target creature you own and search your library for a basic land card. Put both cards onto the battlefield under your control, then shuffle and equip 2.
That one's interesting. So it kind of has like a Yorian feel, right? Like you want to play it with come into play abilities to kind of phase those out. But all the new Modern Horizon swords feel so powered down to me. And rightfully so. The other swords that we got originally are insane. Sword of Feast and Famine still played today. Fire and Ice still great. But I don't know. It doesn't seem very good to me.
Yeah, the issue here is that it's a card that only pushes your own advantage on the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
And equipment are a very big investment. You're paying 3 mana, equipping for 2. You get broken up and heavily tempoed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge tempo loss when they hit your creature with a removal spell, but it's also 1-for-1 on card advantage. So it really is just an awful trade anytime that happens. And that's the major issue with equipment. So when I take that risk to try to get an equipment on one of my creatures, I want the payoff to be something that isn't just going to be undone by a sweeper, undone by them. I want some lasting payoff by interacting with my opponent's battlefield.
Yeah.
Sort of Fire and Ice gets to shock something, kill a small creature, and leave an extra card in your hand. So if they, start killing stuff, you can reload really quickly. Sword of Feast and Famine depletes their resources, and importantly, untapping your lands allows you to then interact, so you regain the tempo that you invested.
Yeah, it's the best blue card.
Secretly a blue sword, which is why you almost always just see it in those decks. You never see it in like Death and Taxes.
Agreed.
So this one doesn't really do any of that, and so it just doesn't read very powerfully to me, even if it has flashy text.
Yeah. Nope. I totally agree with you. Totally agree. All right. I will keep my hand.
It reads a lot like the Azorius one, right? Which is like put a counter on a creature and proliferate.
Yeah.
There are going to be games where you have it all and it just feels like an embarrassment of riches, but those are games that you were likely to win anyway.
Yeah, they're very win more, I would say. Yeah. That good?
Don't think I can keep this.
Okay.
Just 2 land heavy.
Yeah, that's not great. Dead.
Maybe I could have.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, man, I was even going to draw a second Yawgmoth when you took the first one.
Oh, my God. Thank God you mulliganed that. That just would have been a tilter. All right, you got one more question at all, Rob, while he's shuffling?
Don't at the moment.
Alrighty.
Sure, there's a bunch of other interesting cards.
Yeah.
Oh,
we'll see.
right. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot. The question about the Gareth One Eye, the Wooburg 5/5 creature that you can tap, choose a card name that hasn't been chosen from a mug, disenchant, Brain Geyser, Terror, Sheevan Dragon, Regrowth, and Black Lotus. Create a copy and put it into your hand.
What's Brain Geyser?
X blue Drax cards.
Oh, okay.
You might know better as Mind Spring.
Oh, okay.
The functional reprint of Brain.
Gotcha. Yeah, the only reason I really want to play that on the show is I really want to ask you, be like, okay, Rob, we need all the proxies for these. Also, that Black Lotus. Find that Black Lotus somewhere in SCG supplies, and we're just like touching it like this, like
just leave it in like a screw top case.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that card's really cool. It's an awesome design, but once again, I don't think it's modern ready. You know,
it's just much worse than Niv Mizzet.
Yeah, maybe it's like a really sweet commander card or something, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Niv Mizzet draws you cards immediately, so if they kill it, you still get your value.
Yeah.
It's a bigger body, it has flying, and because you draw the cards immediately, you can immediately start attacking and blocking with it without, being sad that you don't get to draw your cards or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Also, real quick, chat just told me about a new one that's just been previewed.
Okay.
So we have something with Storm.
Okay.
So if you're ready for this one, 2 and then triple green for a legendary creature ooze. Storm. Ave is not legendary if it's a token. Ave enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counter on it for each other ooze you control. It's a 2/2. So when you cast it, it makes a copy of itself, but the other copies are no longer legendary.
Yep.
And then it enters with a +1/+1 counter for each other ooze you've made off
and the
storm.
copies copy that. So if you say you have 4 storm copies, right?
Yeah.
The first storm copy is going to be a 2/2. Then the next one's going to be a 3/3.
Yeah.
Then a 4/4. Then a 5/5. Then finally a 6/6.
Yeah.
So you end up generating what is it? N times N plus 1 over 2 minus 1.
Okay, I regret asking now.
Yeah, I agree. What if we have scavenging uses in these decks too?
Where you have where storm count is N minus 1. So if storm count is N, then you generate N plus 1 times N plus 2 over 2 minus 1 total power.
Cool.
I mean, that increases pretty quickly.
But how are you actually storming off in modern these days?
Yeah, I mean, Manamorphose is the...
Manamorphose is probably the big one.
Also helps you get to that triple green.
Yeah.
Mishra's Bauble.
Yeah.
But it costs 5, and it's just it's not good enough, but it's fun.
It is cool. All right. Thanks for the preview.
That would be a fun one to have in 2-headed giant, because Storm is always cool because you take your turn simultaneously.
Oh yeah.
So your partner just casts 2 or 3 spells, and you cast that.
Yeah.
And you generate the storm that way.
That does sound nice. Yeah. If this is a 2HD format, it would probably be insane.
Okay. What am I looking at in this hand? This is a fine hand.
Okay.
Definitely going to put a land back, and I think we can easily put the one that costs us life.
All right, my hand does have a glaring problem, but it has one thing going for it, and that is going like this.
And that is that I'm not going to have a hand.
Yeah.
Are we ephemerating it?
Yeah, I'm going to ephemerate it as well. So
I assume you're going to take the 2 Strangler guys first?
Yeah, that sounds right. And then take the wall. The wall is kind of equally annoying.
This thing is menace. You can take it next turn if it matters.
Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine.
A young wolf.
Got me.
Hey, you're up.
All right, ephemerate.
Yeah, take the wall.
Okay. Now, big draw.
I guess I would have been better off keeping my 7 because it was a 5-lander.
Yeah, it would have
Although
been
if I drew a spell, then I would just have nothing.
Your go. Okay. That was my big problem with my hand, though.
Okay, I'll probably a Dryad Arbor.
Okay.
You can go.
I will attack for 3.
Now, I can double block and lose everything to a Fatal Push. I would still end up with a 2/2 Young Wolf.
So young, such a wolf.
I'll just take 3.
All right.
17.
I got a land and a Dark Confidant. Pass to you.
Abrupt Decay the Dark Confidant.
You were so lucky.
Pass the turn.
Okay. I will attack.
This time I'll block.
Okay, kill him.
Okay.
Got a Dark Confidant, and I'll pass to you.
I figured if Corey had the Fatal Push, stopping him from playing a 2-drop
Yeah.
was worth the risk. Well, I've got an Urborg, and I'll pass the turn.
Okay, I got a Taken 0. I will play a land. And I will play a Scholar. See what you got.
Another land.
Okay, and I'll pass to you. I'm going to sack this while you do your thing.
Eldritch Evolution, the Young Wolf.
Okay. Not bad. What are you getting?
I think I am just getting a Geralf's Messenger.
Okay, that would make sense.
Just a little upgrade here.
All right. So
Yeah.
I'm at 19. You're just at. Now I'm going to 17.
Yeah, so
Right, okay.
17 all.
Okay.
I took an attack from the Grief earlier.
Good grief. Done.
I'll pass, yep.
0. I will get that out of there. Play this and attack for 4.
I'm a 13.
Your go. Well, who would have guessed? The game's when I won. I turn 1 griefed.
Wall Roots.
Okay.
You're up.
0. All right, I'll attack.
I'll block Bob.
Okay.
Good at a 9.
Couple more of those, and I'll pass to you.
Young Wolf.
So young.
You're up.
Okay, double Bob triggers. Take 2, take 0.
You're at 15.
Yep. 15.
You have a land, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just exile 1 creature and fire up the vent.
And then just got you.
Yeah, 6 creatures against 1 blocker.
Not bad, not bad. I also had the Plague Engineer, which was only upgrading your creature. I guess it just keeps it as a 1/1, but.
Yeah.
All right,
So
all
we're
right.
2-2.
2-2.
The 2 games where you had turn 1 Grief Ephemerate, you won.
Yep.
2 games where you didn't, you
I
lost.
lost badly, yep.
When you Grief Ephemerated, from that point on, I just literally did nothing. Nothing relevant.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's a product of, I mean, you played spells off the top, and it was fine, but I stripped so much from you.
Yeah.
You're a deck that needs to snowball, kind of just as much. I guess I'm not really a snowball deck, but I'm definitely more trying to deprive you. But yeah, moral of the story, turn 1 Grief is pretty good when you compare it with Ephemerate. But I was looking at it the other games, I had it in my opener game 3, and it just wasn't good. I was like, dang, I don't really want to get rid of one of these black cards to just 2-for-1 myself naturally here. Maybe I should have been a little bit more aggressive.
You get a 3/2 and you take a card from their hand.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess. Well, evoke you just have to.
Oh no, you are
right?
evoking it. Yeah, that's why the Ephemerate's so important.
Yeah, exactly. Evoking you just get rid of it, so you're still 2-for-1ing yourself. I was like, damn, did I misread that whole thing? Yeah,
that would be way too good.
That would be good, because that's what I was thinking right away that it did, where I was like, okay, I'll evoke this 3/2, take a card, and then wait for your draw step, then Ephemerate, you get an extra look, and I was like, okay, that doesn't work, but...
We're confusing ourselves now.
Yes. New cards. We just got all tied up with the squirrel nonsense, so it just got us good.
Squirrels.
Yeah. This preview season is nuts, man.
So, aside from the squirrels,
Yeah.
how do y'all feel about the reprint of Rashidun Port and Rashidun Dockhand for 1 blue for a 1/2 Merfolk with Island Walk and then 1 tap target land?
Yeah, I think all the ones that are put onto creatures are just not going to be that good. 1 mana removal is insane in Modern right now. A lot of lightning bolts, a lot of fatal pushes, a lot of pass. Like basically every deck has one of those 1 mana interactions. And it just seems like that kind of stuff is not good enough. It also seems like that'd be better on a white creature, right? Like in a taxes deck than a blue creature.
Sure, but you could be Azorius Taxes. That's
True.
a list that's done well. I like the Glasspool Mimic Flicker Wisp synergies.
I love that
deck has. I think that card is solid. I think Merfolk will play it. I don't think it'll be as good in Merfolk, and it certainly won't make Merfolk,
playable.
Well, yeah. But that Merfolk has always been crying for a reasonable 1-drop.
Yeah.
And I think that's better than Curse Catcher. I think it's better than Kosi's Trickster.
Oh, it's a 1-drop. Okay, I thought it was a 2-drop.
No,
okay,
it's a 1 mana,
all right. That's not bad.
And even the Taxes decks, they have Giver of Runes, but another 1-drop so that they can start getting value out of their vials is really good.
And then use up their mana when they just have vials on 3 and 2 and they don't really need it.
Yep.
Mutavaults and that. Okay, I can see that.
I think we are getting to the point where the Taxes decks will stop playing Lean and Arbiter. And that's always been my belief that that's the point where the deck actually becomes good.
Okay.
Is where they have enough other options and still get to play that mana denial plan.
Yeah.
And Dockhand will let you do it. Thalia will let you do it. Sanctum Prelate is a nice disruptive creature that they're getting in Modern Horizons.
Yeah.
The combo of Glasspool Mimic Flicker Wisp can often Stone Rain them for 1 turn.
Yep.
Where you have a Glasspool Shores on the battlefield, you play a Flicker Wisp, you exile your Shores, it comes back in as a Mimic, you copy Flicker Wisp, this is on your end step, you target one of their lands, that land's not coming back until your opponent's next end step.
Mm-hmm.
So on their main phases, their following turn, they don't have access to it, and you just generated 6 power in the air.
Yeah.
I think all of those things can do some good stuff. And if Dockhand is threatening to someone, then it becomes imperative for them to kill it, and you're pretty happy for them trading for your 1-drop instead of trading for your Thalia or trading for your Prelate or some of your other more powerful creatures.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. All right. Game 5 here. Final game of round 1.
I will be on the play.
Okay.
I will keep my hand.
I'm going to mulligan. That's probably not the first 2 cards I want to be seeing in my hand, and the rest of my hand was quite bad. I had 1 land and 2 ephemerates. If I did have a Grief and a black creature, I think I'd still probably keep that, but definitely can't have the 2 equipment. That is not ideal.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever mulligan a hand that had Orzhov land, Ephemerate, Grief, other black cards.
Yeah, I agree. And especially if you have a second ephemerate, that seems pretty strong.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I do not care what the other 3 cards are.
Yeah. They can be all ham sandwiches for all I care.
I mean, literally saw you not play a second land the following turn, and it just didn't matter.
Yeah, but if I missed that land drop too many times, I was going to lose. That's
Sure.
for sure. But
then that would be you getting unlucky. When does that happen?
Yeah, always. Okay, I'm going to keep, but it's not very good.
I will lead on Marsh Birds.
Okay.
You're up.
That does not help it. I will play this and I'll pass.
I will play a Colony Garden, get a plant.
Nice.
And pass the turn.
Okay. I will play a Shambling Vents and I'll pass the turn.
This is the kind of high-powered gameplay we come to Modern for.
Exactly, yes. You are 100% right.
I will play a Young Wolf.
So young.
And I will Eldritch Evolution the Young Wolf.
Okay.
And get a Geralf's Messenger.
Okay.
And have you lose 2 life.
All right.
And then I will pass the turn.
18. I will Skyclave Apparition the Messenger. And I'll pass to you.
Figured there might be an apparition there.
Well, you figured correctly.
Play Verdant Catacombs.
Okay.
I'm going to crack this Verdant Catacombs.
Okay. She's a 19. Got 19, 18.
So Corey, I got a question here from Histeus for you.
Yeah, what do we got?
What does Corey think of the Magic strategy where you attempt to use your mana on every turn of the game? Is that just a paper boomer idea?
Yeah, super paper boomer idea. I prefer just using half. Just get some minor value, All right, what do you got for me? Got the goods?
I have a Yawgmoth Thran Physician.
Oh, okay.
I will pay a life and put a counter on the Young Wolf, sacking the plant.
Okay.
So that'll put me to 18.
Sure.
Then I will sack the Young Wolf and put a counter on the Apparition.
Okay.
Go to 17.
Okay.
And then I will pay a life, sack the bird, put a counter on the Young Wolf again, go to 16.
Okay.
And then I will sack the Young Wolf and kill the Apparition.
Okay.
That will give me a 3/3 illusion. Excuse me. And that'll put me to 15, right?
Yep.
Draw another card. And I will pass the turn.
Okay, that's pretty strong. I will...
If Corey just played some sort of, proactive creature there, he's just going to die to the Yawgmoth.
Yep, I sure was. All right, I got a Skyclave.
Her resolves.
I will target Yawgmoth. Yeah, with the target on the stack. I suppose I'm going to crack this before I play it.
So go to 17.
Yep. I'll ephemerate it.
Yeah, and hit the Young Wolf.
Yep.
So now the Young Wolf is going to end up being what's actually underneath the Apparition.
And then that gets the free exile. Yep. Pass to you. Still afraid. You have so many cards. Yeah, Yawgmoth is great at just, getting some value the turn you play it and then just setting up to do it all over again.
Yeah, I'll pass the turn.
Okay. That's if I want to ephemerate this. Doesn't really do anything, so I will not.
Just gives me a 1/1.
Yep. All right, I'll Thoughtseize you.
I will decay the Skyclave in response.
Okay. Get a 1/1 illusion.
1/1. And now I'm going to let that resolve. Go to 15. Was setting up to cord here, but now with Corey being able to take Yawgmoth, I don't want to just cord for a random creature. Now I effectively have 2 Yawgmoths in my hand.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Feel pretty disadvantaged.
Could have been aggressive playing like Strangleroot, Decay, Attack, but I drew the cord and went for that line, got a little punished by a discard spell.
Yeah.
I would have been more inclined to make that aggressive line if I could get a 4/4 out of the Apparition dying. Corey's already used quite a bit of disruption.
Yeah, I don't feel great about this. All right, I suppose I will take Yawgmoth. And I'll play Plague Engineer.
Sure.
So now I can either just name Spirit and it stops your shenanigans a little bit, or just name illusion, clean up one. Neither really sound good. But at least it would stop the tricks you can do with Yawgmoth with the Geist, because it would just Undying back. Because you can't really remove that counter, right? Otherwise, it would just...
Then it would just immediately die again and come back with a +1/+1 counter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would stop the tricks with 2 Undying creatures.
Okay. I'm just going to name illusion. I think I'm pretty in trouble this game anyways, and then I'll pass to you.
I'll play this one. Attack for 4.
Yeah, I'll just block this illusion.
Okay, you take 2.
Take 2 down to 14.
Down to 13. I do at 15.
13, yep.
Yeah, so 13 to 15 for me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's play Yawgmoth. Pass the turn.
Classic. Classic. Thoughtseize bug. All right, I'll sack this.
Do we find a push or an apparition?
Nothing great. Nothing great. All right, I'll pass to you. Or I guess I have to do this now.
Yeah, okay, we did find a removal spell.
Yep.
Yeah, you definitely had to do it now.
Yep.
Okay, attack for 2.
11.
Play an Urborg and pass.
Okay. I'll pass to you.
Only have the 1 Yawgmoth left in my deck. You would have to have another Vanishing Verse. Fatal Push doesn't do it since you haven't turned on Revolt. Apparition is Sorcery Speed, of course. I'd be pretty inclined to slow play this and just keep plinking at you with the Geist if it weren't for the Shambling Vent.
Vent blocks, vent blocks.
And if I were to draw a card, like what would I be looking? I'd be looking to draw any Undying creature, but not really. Messenger wouldn't do it. I at least wouldn't be able to core it immediately. I'd give Corey a turn to have drawn a discard spell if that's what's in his hand and he's just bluffing, or a turn to draw it off the top. But if I drew Strangleroot Geist or Young Wolf, or Eldritch Evolution, because then I would just turn this Geist into a Yawgmoth and have the cord up to go off in response to any removal.
Mm-hmm.
So you would need discard plus removal or double removal.
Yep.
But I don't have any of those things, so I'm just going to cord for 4 on your end step.
Fair enough. I don't have those things.
And find my last Yawgmoth.
All right.
Do I get to untap?
You do. Unfortunately.
Yeah. And like even if Corey had the removal spell, I'm going to be able to draw another card off the Strangleroot Geist. I'm going to be able to, draw a card off the Peatland. I've got just some random creatures left in my deck. You'd be on nothing.
Yeah, this deck really suffers when you don't have one of the 2 drops. Either Dark Confidant or Stoneforge, just something that can do something every single turn. Otherwise, I'm just a very weak mid-range deck. And then the Ephemerate Grief package is quite good.
Yeah, you play Peatland and sack it.
Okay.
That is a Young Wolf.
Of course. Yep, you win. I had Skyclave.
Yeah.
Skyclave, not good enough. Not good enough.
So I am at 15. I might brick. I don't know. I get to effectively just keep swapping counters between these two and drawing a card each time.
Yeah. What? 14 draws.
Yeah. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. That one should come
Which one? Oh, is this just a messenger? Yeah.
That one will likely kill you.
Yeah. Because you just have. Yeah, for sure. Just keep sacking that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my streak of never being able to beat Yawgmoth combo continues. Hooray. I'm nothing if not consistent. Well, honestly, though, the Ephemerate Grease stuff looked insane. When I didn't have it, it was just okay, you know? But, I mean, if you can even build another shell that is good with Ephemerate and basically a mono black deck, then this combination seems pretty good. It definitely seems good, so.
Okay, I was getting there. The Messenger didn't quite do it, but Messenger plus Cord would, because then I could Cord for 2 and find the Zula Perk throat.
We got it.
It's hard to brick. I've seen Aaron do it.
Yeah.
I've seen her brick on like 14 cards to it was like any other Undying creature.
Yeah.
Have, like all the mana in the world.
Fair enough. But yeah, some pretty cool stuff going on from Grief. I think, this is just a rough draft of a build, but maybe there's something else that can be done. Maybe Mardu shell, maybe a Sultai shell. Who knows?
So there is an awkwardness that happens when you're trying to build around specifically Grief Ephemerate. They work really, really well together.
Yeah.
But the cards that Ephemerate works well with other than Grief and the cards that Grief works well with other than Ephemerate don't mix together.
Don't mix. Agreed.
Like, Grief wants...
Tidehowler Scholar is the only exception.
Yeah. Grief wants to be played in a deck that is limiting and constricting the resources of the game and tearing your opponent's hand apart, leaving them with nothing, and just beating them with what's left. Having some individually powerful cards. This is the classic Jund strategy. Inquisition into Dark Confidant or Tarmogoyf.
Yeah.
Whereas Ephemerate wants this resource-rich game where they have all these options of which cards to blink that have all these different abilities depending upon what is necessary on the battlefield at the time. You're usually building to like this huge Yorion that generates the overwhelming card advantage when you have a reasonable battlefield already built up. So they don't they pull you in two different directions, and trying to find the right blend is gonna be difficult.
Yeah, it was tricky because I wanted cards like Elite Spellbinder in the deck because with Ephemerate it's very good, but it's not a great card with Grief and stuff. So the only card that I found that I really liked in the shell was Dark Confidant. It did look quite good, but once again, doesn't work with Ephemerate. So you're exactly right. Yeah. It's tough to find that balance.
The way you had your deck build, it certainly looked like you were doing better when you got to do the heavy disruption, leave myself with a Stoneforge or a Dark Confidant to clean up kind of game, as opposed to the generated battlefield and blink. You weren't really able to do that.
Yeah.
And the games where you did draw Blink or Ephemerate and Grief, your deck looked great.
I won, and the 3 games where I didn't draw that, I lost. So who knows if that's going to be the case in every other matchup. But
I think with the way people are building these decks, which is similar to what you have, that's going to be a problem that they encounter until they find, if it's possible, the right balance between the blink strategy and the tear your opponent's hand apart strategy.
Yeah. You gotta find a line, and who knows? We got plenty of time. The set's not even out. This is just the first iteration, but it was at least cool. We can all say that, I think. So we're gonna take a short 5-minute break, and we're gonna be back round 2. No new cards in round 2, but we do have Ross's new deck coming in round 3. So we have some new Modern Horizon cards to look forward to. Next round, though, I'm gonna be playing myself a little Abant control list. And remember, this is kind of our tier 2 to tier 3 show where we're playing some interesting decks.
Yeah, and I've got a little Indomitable creativity.
Oh, yeah, I've been wanting to see this deck in action. So, like I said, we're going to take a short 5-minute break, and we'll be right back with round number 2 here on Versus Live. Oh, sorry. I thought that was the intro. Never mind. Welcome back to Versus Live, everyone. My name is Corey Baumeister.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
All right, and we got Rob in the booth. Say what's up, Rob. Oh, sorry.
I'm not the one directing.
Well, say what's up anyways.
What's up?
All right, they will be taking your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so they will get our favorite questions sent over to us. All right, we are continuing our exploration of Modern, dipping into some new cards as well as just playing some older cards, some funner decks. Our whole plan today was to play some Tier 2, Tier 3 kind of strategies, some fun stuff, while still introducing some new Modern Horizons 2 cards. For this round, we are just doing straight Modern cards. We're saving the one other deck for next round. Do you want to tell them what card you built around?
I will save it.
Well, you want to save it? Okay,
it's
okay.
a weird deck.
It is a weird deck.
I went very deep in the tank.
You did go deep. To be fair, I think that card needed to go real deep to see if it's playable, and you did just that. You did just that. So for this round, I'm going to be playing some more Ephemerate action. I just cannot get enough Blink in my creatures, as y'all will know from my love of Yorion. This time in a Bant shell where we have some Culling Oracles, blink some Skyclaves, blink some Venters, these kind of value creatures, and then just having a good control plan, some Force of Negations, Mana Leaks, stuff like that. So I suppose we could turn these Mana Leaks into counter spells. Rob, do you think you could hook me up with that?
No.
They took our counter spells? Okay, we're going to pretend these Mana Leaks are counter spells.
Yeah,
that's the one upgrade
just play them as counter.
we're going to be doing. Okay, there's only a few of them, but still.
I'm going to be playing a Jeskai Indomitable Creativity deck. This is very similar to the Is It Breach decks. In fact, it also does play through the Breach, but also can use Creativity. And the key here is the addition of Prismari Command from Strixhaven. It can dig for the combo, obviously. It can deal with some pesky early creatures if you need to buy yourself some time. But it generates an artifact for creativity. It can also ramp you into a turn 4 through the Breach with that treasure token. So that mode of the card is particularly valuable in this deck.
Okay.
White Splash gives us access to Path as well as Teferi Time Raveler to protect the combo and cast Indomitable Creativity on your opponent's end step so that you don't give them a turn to untap and somehow answer the Emrakul.
Nice.
But mainly just trying really hard to put Emrakul onto the battlefield.
I like it. I've seen this deck actually put up some decent results. This is definitely one of the more Tier 2, Tier 3 strategies, but it has broken through occasionally to a top 8. And the lists are getting refined, and it's starting to actually find some success instead of just being a complete meme.
I think this list came from Spider Space. I know he's been playing it on his stream a little bit.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I will be starting. All right. Nothing amazing, but I think I will keep this.
I will keep as well.
All right, I have just a Breeding Pool tap, then I'll pass to you.
I will play an Arid Mesa and pass.
All right. A draw. All right, I have the all-powerful Culling Oracle.
Ooh.
Resolves.
Yes.
All right. Land into the battlefield. If not, just goes to my hand.
Yep.
Pass to you. Love me a good Culling Oracle.
Oh, I love it. Always loved playing that in Ravnica Block Limited.
Yeah.
Anytime you hit a bounce land off of it.
Oh yeah, fan you down.
Yeah.
Fan you down.
Get myself a Rogran Triumph here on turn 1.
Okay.
Becoming a very common play in Modern.
It really is.
Turn 1, fetch
the
for
one
Triumph.
of Triumph in each of the lists, maybe some of them too. If it's a 4-color deck, you get the Teamer one as well as the Jeskai one. Are you turboing out Emrakul this turn? Okay.
I will bottom that.
Okay. And no land and say go?
I have a land, but it's not one I wanted to play this early. I'll play a Dwarven Mine.
Nice.
And I'll pass.
Value. Oh, speaking of value. All right, I'll attack for 1.
18.
18, okay. Now I'm going to Ephemerate Culling Oracle.
Yep.
I will put Counterspell into my hand. My life total doesn't matter too much except staying above 15, I guess, but that doesn't truly matter. So I'm going to go to 17.
Okay, so we got 17 to 18.
And
wait, you took 2 last turn, right? For one of these shock lines?
Yeah, 2 and now I just took 1. Yep, so 17.
So you're not chalking out this one?
I'm still thinking. For now, I'm at 17. Any more questions?
What are you getting?
That I don't know yet either, yeah.
Do you know the answer to anything, Corey?
No,
What
I
did
really
you have
don't.
for breakfast this morning?
I don't know, okay? right, that's a lie. I passed you on the way to Waffle House.
What is your home address?
So going to 15.
What are the last those three digits on the back of your credit card?
Oh, yeah, those fancy ones. Mine are on the front. Thank you very much. Mine's an American Express.
We got a high roll.
I'm flexing here, y'all. Flexing. All right, I'll go with Calling Oracle. Okay, I will get a Calling Oracle, and I will pass to you. Just flexing on you. Man, the old snake elf druid beats the common tribal battle here.
I'll play a Wooded Foothills. I'm going to go to 15.
Okay.
Get myself a Steam Vent.
You would.
And I'm going to play a Teferi Time Raveler. And,
I'm going to force that.
Have the force.
What to get rid of? I think I got enough Calling Oracles, so yeah, we'll get rid of that.
Yeah, I'll pass the turn.
All right, I will Ephemerate a Calling Oracle. Boink. I will take this Teferi. Is it legal to hit lands off these, or not really? Or I'll attack you for 1.
I'm at 14.
And I'm going to cast a Teferi. Do you have a force?
Nope.
Okay, I'll take up, and then I'll play this, and I'll pass to you. So you could technically put Emrakul into play if you have exactly 3 cards. Right? You need this plus the creation and an Emrakul. Or I guess the Emrakul could just be in your deck, huh? Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So fetch land creativity, and I have an Emrakul.
Okay.
But you have Teferi on the battlefield, so.
Oh, yeah. That helps, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the best.
I thought you were just about to be like, and here it is.
So what I'm going to do is play Prismari Command, dealing 2 damage to your Teferi and Faithless Looting.
Okay.
And then I will discard...
And you played that turn, right?
Yeah. I'll discard Steam Vents and Path Exile.
Okay.
Then I will fetch the Tarn, going to 13.
Okay.
I will get a Dwarven Mine, make a token, and attempt to bolt the Teferi.
Bolt my Teferi?
That's rude. Don't have dwarf tokens, so I guess we'll just use this very handsome rock elemental.
Very
Thank you,
smart. Rob. Very smart. Okay, you got it.
And I'll pass the turn.
Okay, I'll crack down to 16. I want to try to avoid going to 15 at all costs. All right, we'll get this Snowland. Okay. Take another Ephemerate. Get these snake shenanigans going again. Okay, I have a land. I will attack with a couple of snakes.
I will take 2 to 11.
Okay, and I'll pass to you.
Play Bloodstained Mire and pass the turn.
All right. End step, I'll attempt to drop 2 cards.
That is fine.
I'll draw 2. All right. Untap. Draw. I'm going to attempt to oust this.
I'll go to 14.
Okay. Then I'll attack for 2.
I'll go to 12.
And I'll pass to you.
On your end step, I'll play a Valakut Awakening.
Valakut's Awakening, huh? How many cards you got?
I have 3 in hand.
Yep, that resolves.
I will put 2 on the bottom.
Okay.
Draw 3.
Yeah, this is the one thing I kind of expected from this deck. It'll be a lot of value early, and then having some challenges closing the game.
I will play a Teferi Timer Raveler.
I'm going to go with a counter spell. Much better than Mana Lake here.
I will crack Arid Mesa. I'm going to go to 9.
Okay.
Oh, no.
We'll put you back to 10 here. We'll put you back to 11 for now. Have mistakes been made?
That's incredibly awkward. Okay, that's how... Okay. Imagine I did this first. Like a person who knew how my deck was constructed.
Of course, yes.
Thought I had another blue source to get.
Of course,
I did not. There's only 3.
That makes sense.
So I'll play that Teferi, like that, with this Plains.
Okay.
So I'm going to end up going to 11.
11, yeah.
Basic Plains. And then I have a Remand. And I could remand Corey's... I can't really remand Corey's counterspell effectively, but I can remand my own Teferi. So that is what I will attempt to do.
Okay. I'll force your remand.
Okay, so everything got countered.
Yep.
The remand got exiled.
Yep.
And I'll pass.
All right. Draw. That's probably a pretty decent one. I'll attack.
I'm a 9.
I have a hero. The true hero. Draw a card.
Yep.
I'll play a land and untap these 2 lands, and I'll pass to you.
You have 2 in hand?
2 in hand, yep. All busted.
Pass the turn.
Untap. A draw. I will tick up. I will attempt to cast Time Warp, targeting me.
Yep.
I'll attack.
Before blocks, I'll crack this fetch. Go to 8.
Okay. Are you getting a dwarf block?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
I do have 3 of these. I was right about remembering that. I'll attempt to block an Oracle.
Okay.
Take 1, go to 8.
Yep. Oh, excuse me. I was like, I felt that one coming on. All right. They always travel in packs. Excuse me. All right. Second main. You have how many cards?
3.
All right. Let's go with... I'm going to take 2. Go with an Eternal Witness.
So you're at 14?
Yep.
Yep.
I think I'll just give back Time Warp here. Try that again. Next turn. A draw. Time Warp targeting me.
Yep.
I will play this land, attack.
I go to 5.
5. I'll crack this to 13.
Yep.
I'm already below the threshold, so it doesn't really matter. Might as well thin the deck out. All right. Untap. Take another turn. I will draw. I will attack for 3.
I'll go to 2.
And I'll pass to you.
On your end step, I'll play through the breach.
Through the breach, huh? I will cast Force of Negation.
Sure.
Pass to you.
I'm at 2.
2.
I will deal 2 to Eternal Witness and draw 2, discard 2.
Okay.
I will discard Creativity and Arid Mesa.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. That's a pretty good one. I will draw. Actually, yeah, we'll still draw. Attack for 1.
I'm a 1.
And end step, I'll float 2. Untap. Past you. Culling Oracle beats, getting there.
Pass the turn.
Okay.
On your upkeep, Bolt, Coiling Oracle. This way, if Corey has Ephemerate, I still live.
That's true. That's true. Let's go with counter draw.
I will remand my own Bolt.
Yeah, that's good.
That's interesting. And now I'll actually Prismari command, deal 2 to this, draw 2, discard 2.
Okay.
I will discard Bolt Mire.
Okay, I'll draw for my turn.
Yep.
That's a pretty good one. I will cast Jace. I will Emblem.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
I didn't have it when I cast this one. I just needed to bait because I had a second through the breach. I just never found an Emrakul.
Oh, fair. Yeah, Brainstorm exiling 3 lands was going to be pretty good.
I was not going to find it next turn either.
I was going to exile 3 lands and just have Vents or Ephemerate up. That's it. All right. Man, do I love a good Culling Oracle. Holy cow. All right, everyone. That does it for our first game here between Bant Blink and that collection of Magic cards there.
That's guy creativity.
Yeah, it's very creative. All right, so we're going to take a short break, and then we'll be right back here with sideboarding here on Versus Live.
Welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Jeskai Creativity and Bant Blink Control. On my side of things, Corey does have a decent amount of creatures, but he is primarily a controlled deck.
Yeah.
And giving a control deck extra mana when we're fighting these counter wars with mystical disputes and remands is not what I want to do. So I'm cutting all of my paths, bringing in some counter spells to fight these counter wars. It was really the planeswalkers and the force of negations and stuff that gave me trouble.
Yep.
The creature stuff, I'm going to go way over the top of.
Yep.
That said, I am going to bring in 1 Anger because I think it's the next best sideboard card to get all of the paths out of my deck. Wildfire clearly not for this matchup, Leyline not for this matchup, Rest in Peace and Gus, same thing. So really, Anger just comes in here. It's okay. It cleanly answers Voice. You're going to have a couple creatures around that you got value out of. So cleaning them all up in one go when I'm at, 11 life or something, and you're ready to start closing the game is a perfectly fine thing to do. But Path really just not what I'm looking for in this matchup, even though you do have creatures.
Totally agree. Same thing for me. You have creatures that I kind of want to path, kind of want to oust. I mean, not really oust. Oust is pretty bad. But pathing the dwarfs before you can, turn them into Emrakuls is not bad. It's not bad, but it's pretty narrow. You can also just Creativity a treasure, and then my path looked really silly.
Or I can draw a breach. So there's 3 different ways I can combo, and path only stops one of them.
One of them. So yeah, I don't really want to be doing that. Like maybe it's just better to just be pathing my own creatures, to ramp, which is also not good. So the only card I really wanted was the Disputes, and the Voice of Resurgence was just a product of wanting something else in my deck, and nothing else here really strikes my fancy. So let's get these outs out of here.
Voice is a nice card. It punishes me for trying to go for those cheeky, bluff through the breaches.
Yeah, which I think you do more often than not,
I think I've cast more bluff through the breaches on Versus Live against you than regular
Than when you actually have them, yeah. And the one time I let it go, you're like, okay, well, you're dead then, you idiot. It is a tough one to not call the bluff.
Yeah.
Because if you are wrong, you're dead, and if you die with 2 counter spells in your hand, that feels really bad.
So it makes it such a good bluff.
It is a good one.
You did a lot with show and tell too.
Yeah.
Legacy.
Yeah, I gotta love it. All right, Raphael, you got a question for us by any chance? Got a new director here. Raphael's the man, just like the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, no questions right now.
No question.
Which weapon did Raphael have in the Ninja Turtles? Was he the size?
Was it, or was it the nunchucks? Was it the
I think
nunchucks?
it was the size.
It was the size. Okay,
Michelangelo
okay.
had the nunchucks.
Gotcha. Nice. Gotta love it. All right, so you're going to be on the play. And next round, to remind everyone, we will have a new Modern Horizon cards. We got counter spells in here, so we're counting it, but we of course only have the few cards to work with. I like the card you picked. I'm gonna leave that for you to spoil, but it's a nice one. It's a nice flashback. Maybe it's a flashback card. Who knows?
It doesn't have flashback.
Oh, okay. Way to spoil it.
I don't think they've previewed a card with flashback.
I don't think they have either. But hey, they don't know that. All right, how's your hand?
I'm gonna try it.
I'm gonna try mine as well. It has a glaring problem, but I think we got it.
I'll lead on a Steam Vents tapped.
Okay. I got a Glacial tapped.
I will play an Island and pass.
Okay. I have a Heath, and I'll pass.
I will play an Arid Mesa and pass.
All right, I will correct this. Really exciting games here.
Yeah. It's two control decks. They're just kooky looking control decks.
Yeah. Debating what kind of land I want. I think I'm going to get this just because I never want to really draw these cards. Just being a tap land. All right, I will untap. I'm just going to play an island, and I'll pass to you.
On your end step, I'll sacrifice the Arid Mesa.
Okay.
I'm going to go to 17 and get a Sacred Foundry.
Okay.
Wherever that might be. There it is. And cast a Valakut Awakening.
Valakut's Awakening. Yeah, knock yourself out.
I'm going to put 2 on the bottom.
Just 2? Your hand's that good?
We'll see. Talk to me in 3 cards. We got 17 to 19.
Yep.
2 on the bottom. Draw 3.
Okay. No chance of Emmer cooling me next turn because you have that island.
I will play a Rogran Triome and pass.
All right, end step, I'll draw 2 cards.
That's fine.
I'll draw 2. I'll untap. I'll draw. I'm going to play a breeding pool. We'll go with a Heath, excuse me. And I'll pass to you.
On your end step, I'll opt.
Okay.
I'll put that on the bottom.
Okay. Discard.
I will play a Dwarven Mine
Okay.
and pass the turn.
End step. I'm going to correct this.
You go to 18.
18. I'll go to 16. And I'm going to attempt to Cryptic bounce draw card. Draw. Untap. Draw. Play this Mystic Gate. And not sure if this is the turn I feel like I want to go for stuff or if I want to hold back. All right, I'm going to attempt it to vary.
I will remand.
Remand, eh? Okay. Then I'll pass to you.
I'll play a Bloodsinmire and pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. A draw. Not the best of draws. I got a land. And I'm going to try another Teferi.
I will remand.
A new play by you, huh?
It's not doing anything if the Teferi resolves.
Yeah. That's a good point. Okay. And I'll pass to you.
And I'll play a tap Sacred Foundry and pass the turn.
Okay. End step, I'll Pulse Marasa, a Heath.
Brings you to 22.
Yep. Untap, draw. All right, I'm going to go with a Teferi, really mix it up here.
Resolves.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to tick up, and I'll pass to you. I like that.
I will bolt your Teferi.
Okay.
I will bolt your Teferi.
Had to see that coming, I suppose. And how many cards you got?
4.
4. Okay. I will cast Counterspell.
Resolves.
Okay.
I will bolt your Teferi.
All right, fine. It's dead. I see what your hand was made of now.
Fetch to 16.
Okay.
I'm going to get a Dwarven Mine and attempt to creativity it.
I got a force.
And at least I got that out of him. So I
Yep.
still have the 1/1, and you can go after that.
Okay.
Did I mark the 1? So am I 16 or 15?
You just took one. I think I got you at 16, but what do we think? Okay.
Okay, so I did mark it down. So 16 to 22.
All right, I got a Teferi.
Sure.
Now I will bounce that. I'm at 22. Draw. Till. I'll play a Heath, and I'll pass to you.
You have 3 in hand?
3 in hand, yep.
I'll go to 15 on your end step.
Okay.
Get another Dwarven Mine.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Get a token.
Okay. Dwarven Mine, unbeatable.
Yeah.
You keep doing your thing. Just double checking. All right.
Attack Fairy for 1.
The fairy's dead.
So we have 15, 22.
Yep.
You have 3 in hand?
3 in hand. All busted.
What could be in your hand? I would bet dollars to donuts that you've got an ephemerate that you haven't been able to use.
Yeah, I haven't really had too many creatures so far, that's for sure.
I will pass the turn.
All right. End step, I'll crack.
Brings you to 21.
21. Yep. Let's go with a Temple Garden tapped.
Just need a Valakut and then I'm in business.
Yeah, no kidding. Valakut Dwarfs. Valakut Dwarfs. Okay. I have a Jace.
Sure.
Brainstorm.
In response.
Okay.
Playing all your Jaces.
You got both. Okay. All right. Brainstorm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
How many ephemerates do you have now?
Wouldn't you like to know? All right, I'll play it like this. Cast Culling Oracle.
Sure.
I will put a land into play. Go to 19. Yeah, sorry, I wanted to do this green source.
Sure.
And I will pass to you.
I will attack for 1.
I will take it. 18.
Pass the turn.
End step, I'm going to attempt to ephemerate Culling Oracle. You got the 5th bolt?
Indeed I do. I'll deal 2 to the Oracle and draw 2, discard 2.
In response, I will ephemerate the Oracle.
I will Mystical Dispute that ephemerate.
Okay, in response, I will ephemerate the Oracle.
Okay.
All right. So, 1's countered. So first my first ephemerate goes, and it was Culling Oracle. I knew about
The
that.
second ephemerate doesn't resolve. None of the other ephemerates.
That one got disputed. Now you get to Prismari.
No, because it doesn't have targets.
Oh, yeah, okay. And then this one was countered as well.
Because it doesn't have targets.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Done?
And what was that you revealed?
Oh, Culling Oracle.
Another Oracle. Okay.
Yeah. Now, upkeep ephemerate.
Yep.
Counter spell to my hand. A draw. Probably a solid draw. I got a Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Jace and counterspell. Those are pretty good.
I'll draw. I'll brainstorm. Now we're having fun. Yeah, let's go like this. And I'll pass to you. Yeah, because
it is target player. Right? It is target player draws 2.
Okay.
I do get to do that.
Okay. That's what I thought. I was pretty sure command targeted 2 things.
I just thought that mode was draw 2, discard 2, but it's target player draws 2, discard 2. I kind of need to keep 2 to have any chance of winning this game.
You can't do that.
Yeah, but I'm not allowed to do that.
That'd be cheating. Yeah, I did have a lot of ephemerates for most of this game and nowhere to go with them.
I'll discard 2 through the breaches.
Okay, and then I still do my things. You didn't have anything to do about it, I imagine.
God, it's just so close.
So close. Yet so far.
If you didn't have a counter spell,
I probably don't.
you could have. Yeah, I literally know you have one.
No, I don't. You literally don't know anything. I brainstormed.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I could have put both counter spells right on top.
Both. You only
Safely
revealed
hidden.
one.
Oops. I sold myself out.
I also knew that you had a second because you didn't play the other Recoiling Oracle.
Yeah.
So you wanted something else to do with your mana.
No, the other oracle's on here too. I put all 5 of the cards I drew on top of my library.
God.
Well, to be fair, thank God I got to change Mana Leak to counter spells because they have been not good as counters or as Mana
Oh
Leak.
yeah. If there were mana leaks, I would maybe win this game.
Maybe you would. Okay, so I'm going to start by brainstorming. Unless you got another bolt.
Already played 4.
Okay. Let's get rid of these. I'll play in fetch down to 17.
Yep.
I got a Snow Forest. All right. I got an Eternal Witness.
Yeah, that'll do.
I'll bring Ephemerate, and then you just start the Ephemerate train, and I had 2 counters. Yeah. All right. What game was that? Game 2?
Yep.
Okay. Like I could not remember. All right. Not bad. You were really close to doing things, and my hand right, but when I drew the Jace and brainstormed was land, 2 Ephemerates. I'm like, oh my god, just give me anything. Then brainstorm into a lot of the things I needed really helped get those oracles going.
Weird how Brainstorm does that.
I know, right? Craziest thing. All right. Raphael, you got any questions for us? None for now. All right, sounds good. Well, we got time for a pity game here. Or, it is 3. We probably want to show off our new card, huh?
Yeah, that seems better.
Yeah, that does seem better. Okay, well, we're 1-1. We're playing for the marbles. And now, do you want to tell them what card you're playing around from the new Modern Horizon 2?
I'm going to be playing with Cabal Coffers, but probably not in a shell that you would expect.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of black cards?
Very few.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to be...
It's a
stretch, huh?
It's a fair scape shift deck.
Okay.
But instead of Omnath, it has Dread Presence, basically.
Okay.
I think that's the easiest way to relate it.
You know what? The obvious Scape Shift Dread Presence deck that we see as a staple in
if you cast it that way, you probably win the game.
That's true. I won't hate on it until I see it. So I'm going to be playing myself a nice little janky deck as well. I'm going to be playing Urza mixed with a Lantern Shell. Everybody remembers Lantern being their favorite thing possible to play against in Modern. I'm going to try it out again and see if this deck's good. Every time I tried an Urza deck, now that Mox Opal has been banned, it's been bad. But I want to try it one more time. So, all right, we're going to take a short 5-minute break, and we'll be right back with round number 3.
Hello, and welcome back to Versus Live. I'm Ross Marion.
And I'm Corey Ballmeister.
And we've got Rob in the booth. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. Playing some more Modern here, and we are wrapping up with a match that does contain a card for Modern Horizons. It is exactly one, and one copy of it. That's all you get.
Yeah, what an old man stinging us here. I gave you 4 grief. Ross is just like, all right, one card. You get one.
One Cabal Coffers.
Get him on that drip feed.
Yeah, exactly. Unreal.
So the entire idea is I was like, Cabal Coffers, obviously the combos with Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just in my tank, A literal tank that I have in my apartment.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, that's what I get into. It's a one of the sensory deprivation tanks.
Okay, of
right?
course.
That's,
Yeah.
You always do.
That's
your
where you
best
do your
fluid.
focusing. Yeah.
It looks exactly like the movie from Daredevil. It's a little weird.
Yeah. So I hop in, and I'm like, okay, Urborg Cabal coffers. So the first thing you got to think
then you
of
hopped out and built it on your laptop.
the first thing you got to think of is, well, what am I sinking all of this mana into?
Yeah.
And there's not really a black card that can function as this mana sink. Commander, they play like Torment of Hellfire, whatever the card's name is. Things like that. That's not going to fly in Modern.
Yeah.
And so the card that came to my mind actually was Karn the Great Creator. Like, that's a good card that can you can sink a lot of mana into it. But even if you're only generating like 6, Karn will be valuable. You can get Electrometal Coating and cast it after playing the Karn, things like that. You have a Walking Ballista in your sideboard if you have a ton of mana in the late game.
Yeah.
And then that brought me to Golos, which is a good mana sink and a good thing to cast, and it can also tutor for Cabal Coffers, it can tutor for Urborg. And so I tried to fit it into this sort of fair Scapeshift shell that exists with Omnath.
Sure.
But with more on the black side of things and using these colorless cards at the high end as my mana sinks, and then Fatal Push instead of Lightning Bolt in the Disruption. The mana base it's a thing.
It's interesting.
It's experimental. I wanted to fit some Flagstones in the deck. I initially had 4 to go with Elvish Reclaimer. Couldn't really fit all 4 because I needed fetch lands for Wrenn and 6 and the Urborgs and the Cabal Coffers.
So you went deep is what you're saying.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how it's all going to come together, but hopefully it does cool things.
Yeah, I think I'm just mostly afraid of your Karn. It's just like, okay, I'm an artifact deck. I don't want to play against your Karn. That's pretty much it. And then the rest of your nonsense, I can probably do something against.
And then, of course, you have Dread Presence, which is great with Urborg, and then you get to start playing Scapeshift and go off with that instead of Valakut. We still have Dryad of the Elysian Grove to combo with both. So you see all that
sweet
stuff.
So I'm going to be playing a Urza Lantern kind of control-ish deck. Like, we definitely don't have all the tools that we had for really powerful Urza decks or really powerful Lantern decks anymore. Mox Elbow was really a big hit for all of those. But just trying what we can here. We got Whir for bridges. We still have the infinite Thopter combos of Sword and Thopter Foundry.
Which is a nice way to finish the game even through your own bridges. Because you draw a card every turn, attack with your 1/1s, play the card from your hand, second main.
So we're gonna both be doing some dirtling. I was like, we might as well put the dirtly decks against each other to be able to at least see what both of our plans are.
I will say the best thing I can say about Ross's deck is I definitely assumed it was just some Dom Harvey brew.
Yeah, it did look like it had Dom Harvey written all over it. That's for sure.
I guess I'm gonna keep the sand and hope for the best.
Okay, I'm in.
I will play a Windswept Heath and pass.
Okay. I will play a Botanical Sanctum and an Insight. And I'll pass to you.
Well, hold on then.
Okay.
I'm going to use the Lantern to scry, so let's shuffle back up and see what's on top of my deck.
Yeah, makes sense. Get to have a little peek.
Yep. And I want to draw this, so I will.
Okay.
Then I'll crack this fetch, which means I'm probably going to go to 17.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get, where are you?
Gotta love Lanterns games, especially on Versus Live. We're just basically going to be playing with our hands revealed.
Then I'm going to play Cascading I guess you get to see the top card.
Yep.
Always see the top card. This makes shortcutting a lot more difficult.
It does.
I have a Cascading Cataracts.
Okay.
Wrenn and 6 is on top.
Wrenn.
And then I have an Explorer.
Okay.
And I'll play Verdant Catacombs.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
And your Urborg. So I'm going to draw. I have a Kodak Shredder and Glimmer Void, and I'll Inquisition you.
That's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, those are magic cards. Oh, I'm glad you don't have a Karn. That's the main thing. I'm just going to try to keep you off Karn now as much as you can. You can have these, believe it or not. Dryad, I guess I don't care about too much. Yeah, I think I just want to take Ren and 6. And I'll pass to you.
Draw.
Sure.
I will play Urborg and play Dryad.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. I think I'm going to mill myself.
Yeah, use the shredder for your own selection.
Ooh.
That Inquisition is not very good.
I'm going to mill myself at upkeep. Ancient Stirrings is not bad. A whir on top, huh? Okay. Interesting. So I kind of don't want you to draw your card as well, but I don't think I really have a choice.
Hard to keep me off lands.
It really is.
Gotta have quite the battlefield before that becomes a thing.
Yeah.
I think I'm rocking around 30. I can't remember the exact number.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it's 29, 30, or 31.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm at 17.
I'm going to play a land.
Now, I just know you have an Ancient Stirrings.
The correct answer is 30, Ross.
30?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ancient Stirrings, and you know about the bridge.
Yes.
So I'm just debating what I want to do this turn. If I want to make sure and draw my whir, which, usually is pretty powerful here. I could get Needle. I could get, a plethora of other options. So yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll just play the bridge and I'll pass to you.
Okay. I would like to draw this land.
Yep.
I'm going to go to 15.
Okay.
It's untapped. I can tap the Verdant for black as a
makes
Urborg.
sense. Yep.
Play Golos.
Okay.
I will get a Valakut and deal you 3 damage.
Yep.
You go to 17 and attack you for 2.
Kind of forgot about that.
You go to 15.
Yep.
And then I'll pass the turn.
Okay. All right, I'll draw this. I got a shredder on top.
I know you have Whir Stirrings X.
Yep.
And you know I have a Verdant Catacombs.
Okay, so I am going to whir for 4.
Sure.
I think I know what I want here.
Is this the Witchbane Orb?
Yeah. Seems like the most sense to me to start. So I'll go like that, give myself some hexproof.
You gotta take a point for that, right?
I do gotta take a point. Yep, so I'm at 14, and I'll pass to you.
Okay, let's see what this Golos can hit.
Yeah. You got yourself a nice turn here.
How good is Reclaimer?
So do you have to deal 3 damage to something? To target creature or player. So you do have to hit something.
It says you may.
Oh, it is a may. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, never mind.
So, I can use Verdant Catacombs to get myself some additional looks on the top of my deck.
Mm-hmm.
Because the real coup here is hitting Karn.
Yeah.
Right? If I hit Karn, the game's basically over.
Yeah.
But the I'm just thinking about how good Reclaimer is right now. It's not bad because it can find Blast Zone.
Yeah, I think I totally screwed this game up already.
But you can potentially find a needle for it. But you're going to have to needle the Golos too.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I can't Golos and Reclaimer on the same turn. But I am going to probably hit some lands. You have 2 cards in hand?
2 cards.
Yeah, I think hitting Reclaimer is fine.
Okay. Spin it. Okay. You already played a land, but you can play one more.
Yeah, I do get to play another land.
Yep.
And I don't have any creatures in the graveyard, so the one Witch's Cottage is irrelevant.
Yep.
Cute one with a reward.
That is pretty cute.
Okay, so not great hits beneath the Reclaimer, but Flagstones plus it is okay. Pixis is another lock piece.
Yep. Just another one of these.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I can attack you for 2.
Okay, I'll go to 13.
You go into 12 because you took 1 last turn from the...
Oh, yep, you're right. Yep, down to 12.
And I will pass the turn.
All right, up to 13 with the fair.
Yep. Are you going to the Inventor's Fair?
Let's go with, I will take a pain, and I'll whir for 1. And I get Pithing Needle on Golos.
So now you're back down to 12.
Yep.
Had another whir as the other card.
Yeah, so I think I should have whirred for Needle first, basically giving yourself that chance, which was not ideal.
I would have dealt you 12 the next turn.
Yeah, no, that 12 isn't, completely lethal, but I agree that would have been.
Well, you are currently at 12.
Okay. Fair enough. Smart Alec. Okay, I'll play this and I'll pass to you.
Okay. I do not want to draw a Dryad.
Mm-hmm.
And Reclaimer is reusable, so let's use it. So I will sack Flagstones.
Okay.
The Flagstones will find... Temple Garden seems fine. And then Blast Zone off of the Reclaimer.
Okay. That's pretty good.
I thought so.
That is pretty good. Your deck's annoying. I mean, I'm doing the most annoying thing possible here, I guess. But.
Yeah. And then I will show you a Verdant Catacombs.
Okay. You may draw that.
At this point, I don't really have a way to force my draw step with just fetches. I would need to, shuffle into a huge stack of great hits.
Yep.
So I'd rather just leave them uncracked for a big turn later.
Mm-hmm.
That said, if my plan is to Blast Zone for 1 here, which seems pretty reasonable, because even with the Witchbane Orb, these look so similar.
Yeah, right.
Because even with the Orb and the Bridge, I just don't, if you don't get to control my draws at all, I'm gonna kill you with the Golos.
Yeah.
I can even find another Ren and 6 and rebuy the Blast Zone.
Mm-hmm.
You're just not going to be able to do anything. And if that's the case, then it feels like I might as well use the fetches now because they're not going to be usable once Lantern comes down. But they could be usable if I find a Dread Presence. Yeah, it's kind of a tough call.
It was kind of tough. I still feel like I'm in trouble unless I get something, but...
No, I'm just going to draw.
Okay.
And I guess I will play a land and pass the turn.
All right, end step, let's each... just each mills?
Yeah, they exile
Exiles.
face down, though, right?
Weird. Yep, okay,
Yeah.
so 7 each...
But because they go under the Pixis.
Okay, let's just set them here. I'm probably not using that for a while. I'm going to mill myself. I do not want a bridge. Upkeep, I'll gain a life.
13.
Do not really want this land. I don't care about your Dryad. All right, I'll mill myself.
Yep.
Till. It's not great because then you just get to actually get a draw, but I really need to find something, otherwise I'm in trouble. So yeah, go like this. Sweet. I will draw that.
Worst possible.
Worst possible. I got a stirring, so better be good. 4, 5. That's not great. I have a sword. Okay. I will play a sword. I will play this, and I'll pass to you. And I feel like I'm dead.
Okay. Yeah, let's crack a Verdant on your end step. I'll go to 14.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, that can find an Overgrown Tomb. And currently I have 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana, which is actually one short of activating Blast Zone and activating Golos.
Okay.
Which is what I want to do this turn, which means any untapped land is a fine hit.
Mm-hmm.
That counts as an untapped land because I have two land drops because of the Dryad.
Yeah, you're right.
So I guess I'll just leave that.
Okay. I will crack Lantern, have you shuffle. Because
Okay.
why not? I'm already going to lose it.
And now I don't have. Now I'm blind. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I know that is a.
It was a Thoughtseize.
Thoughtseize, yeah.
Yep.
Which if I give you a turn, you're gonna mill over.
Yeah. But I have a feeling you're not going to give me a turn.
Okay. Shuffled up, draw for turn.
Okay.
You're a forest, so that'll play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just dead. I can't do anything here when you destroy these.
Yeah, I'm gonna blow up all the ones and then activate Golos.
Yeah.
Hit 3 lands, which is not good. When I've already, I guess I do get to play one because
Yeah.
of the Dryad, so I get to play Rot Farm and leave the Rot Farm in my hand.
Okay. Yeah, you still don't get to attack, but
Yeah,
all right.
but I just have Golos.
I'll gain one
eventually.
and I'll say go.
Yeah, then I'm drawing, activating Golos.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay, we're live.
Go.
All right, I'll sack this. Oh, is that a sorcery? No, okay.
No.
All right, so
Now you can find. I don't know how I'm tapped, but
yeah. So I can get the needle now, the other needle. Stop the Golos nonsense.
I guess I'd have 3 lands untapped here.
Yeah. Stop the
they all tap
Golos
them.
nonsense. Okay, gain 1. Go to 15.
Yep.
All right, we got 15 all, right? All right, I'll play needle on Golos.
Yeah, I had 2 Golos activations to find something, and I
Yeah.
found nothing.
And I will Thoughtseize you. I will take
push.
one of those and I'll pass to you.
You're at 13.
Yep. Oh, sorry, I didn't gain a life. I sacked it this turn, so I'm at 14.
Okay.
And then
Or
down to
assuming-
12.
Yeah, so you're at 12.
Yeah.
And we'll keep playing, I guess. 12
Yep.
to 15.
Now you just, you get to draw normally. So like Karn, Ren and 6 is probably pretty good.
Dread Presence would be great because I can just draw
Yeah.
cards. So I'll play Nurturing Peatland and we'll sack it.
Okay.
I'll play Flagstones
All right.
and pass the turn.
Okay. I got a land. I'll pass to you.
Yeah, on your end step, I'm going to use one of the Reclaimers sacking the Flagstones.
Okay.
We'll find the Cabal Coffers, I guess.
Nice. I mean, yeah, you got to have the new card, right? That's
Yeah.
the whole point.
Don't have any planes left in my deck, but
Okay. Yeah, I love that mana base right now. That is glorious.
let's start thinning my deck, I guess, so I can not draw these cards. Ghost Quarter might do something. I guess I'll turn a fetch land into a Ghost Quarter with,
Okay.
the other Reclaimer.
Okay. What a ridiculous match. What a ridiculous match.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Let's pretend I did that on upkeep then for the
Okay,
coffers.
okay.
Sure.
That seems fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just got to DQ him from that, right?
Yeah. I'll play 2 fetch lands.
It's a shame we finally made a mistake here.
The first time. All right, I'll pass to you.
Okay. Dread Presence.
Okay.
I will play Rot Farm.
In response, I'll kill it.
In response, I'll activate Reclaimer, sacrificing this forest.
Okay.
So that's on the stack. How many fetchable lands do I have left? I have
Yeah.
a basic swamp and a stomping ground.
Okay.
I guess at this point I will get the Bajuka Bog and bog you.
I've been bogged.
With that trigger on the stack, so I don't draw these fetchable lands. Let's pretend I tapped correctly, because who cares? We'll crack these 2 fetch lands.
Okay, you go to 13.
So I'm gonna end up going to 13 from the fetches, and then draw
losing 3. Okay, so you're down to 10.
And I'm gonna draw 3 cards.
Okay.
I still have a land drop to make in case that's relevant.
Okay. I have a feeling you're not getting a land from the Assassin's Trophy.
Oh yeah, I can't. Do I have to bog myself then? Actually, don't want to do that.
From target player's graveyard, you do.
Okay, I guess I'll get this Urborg then and lose 1 to the legend rule.
Okay.
Instead, leave this bog in there.
Okay.
I can't bog. It's the only other land in my deck.
This is a pretty normal game of Modern here.
Yeah.
So you got 4 triggers of Dread Presence.
Only 3.
Or only 3 now, okay. All right.
Yeah. I don't think the Scape Shift is doing a whole lot.
I don't think that's probably
I
very
actually
good.
completely bricked. I drew Scape Shift, the 1 remaining land, and another Reclaimer.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, I seemed so dead so while ago, but I really underestimated the fact that your deck doesn't do anything.
You can go.
Okay. I'll pass to you.
I mean, I have 16 cards in my library. All 4 Karns and 2 more red and 6s are there.
So I'm pretty dead.
There's a Karn.
Okay.
So
What do you got in here? You got the goods?
I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 13 swamps right now.
Sure.
So that's 13 mana. I can go to 9 floating. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do you have land drops you can make?
Yes. So do I start blowing up your lands, or do I just go for this Ballista right now?
And Ballista doesn't kill me, but
Yeah, it doesn't, right? So this would be 13. This is 23 mana. So I could only play a 9/9 Ballista.
yeah. But then you can start, like, you can turn my Witchbane Orb to a creature and kill that.
Yeah, but if you just drew a removal spell,
Yeah,
it would get awkward.
No, I don't have anything. I'm dead.
I'm probably just going to get the Ballista. Yeah.
Yeah, you get a big Ballista this turn, and then you just start making my things creatures and start blowing them up, you know? Yeah.
And I can make it a 10/10 by playing the Rot Farm and making 10 mana, an extra mana with the bounce trigger on the stack.
Yeah, or you can just keep using the bounce land, right?
Yeah.
Just keep picking it up.
Yeah.
All right, well, that was insane.
Well, like, look, the rest of my library, it's like cantrips, the Dread Presence cantrips, red and 6s.
Yes, yes. Well, I mean, our decks are both so... Oh, yeah, I guess I do have a decent hate card for you. Not really, though. Do you just want to play one more pre-board?
Yeah. Maybe one that isn't as ridiculous.
I don't know. We both have some ridiculous decks, so this is going to happen.
Apologize if that was difficult to follow at the end, but the outcome was pretty well scripted.
Yeah, but we just also wanted to see it to its conclusion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was very dead once that Blast Zone triggered. I didn't think about that one. That was brutal. So
when you're actually playtesting, which is what we're trying to simulate, you tend to go through those games kind of sloppily.
Exactly. Yep. All right, Rob, do you got a question for us at all? Okay. Empty queue for you. All right, so let's battle another game. I'm going to be going first. And I guess I got to control your Reclaimers, otherwise these Blast Zones, they're going to get me.
This Blast Zone.
Yeah, the single zone, the auto zone will get me.
Blast Zone has done a lot of work like that, allowing people to tutor for ways to answer permanents that are difficult to interact with.
For sure. Even Damping Sphere out of Tron and stuff like that.
I remember it really was annoying in the days of Standard in the Simic Nexus decks against Mono Blue.
Oh, yeah.
They just had 3 of them in their main deck, and you just couldn't counter it, couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah. That matchup was still abysmal for the Nexus decks, though. Holy cow. That was like the main reason why I think we played it at Mythic Championship 1.
But that was before Blast Zone was printed.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. It was still really, really bad. It was still bad after Blast Zone, though. All right. Oops. How's your hand? Decent?
Yeah.
Okay. I took a mulligan. So I had 2 Ensnaring Bridges in my opening hand. That can't be good. All right.
I also like that I did activate Cabal Coffers by the end of that game.
You did. I'm proud of you for that.
It wasn't particularly relevant, but I did it.
You did it. Okay, I will keep. My hand is pretty weak, but I will play this and pass to you.
I will crack a fetch and go get... I'm just going to get basic forest and play a reclaimer.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right, I got a shredder, and I'm going to play this as the blue side for the pathway, and I'll pass to you.
I will attack you for 1.
I will take it.
I'm going to crack
19.
another Verdant, go to 16,
Okay.
get a Stomping Ground, and play Ren 6.
Pretty good.
Resolve?
Yep.
Okay, I will +1 and return a Verdant.
All right.
Pass the turn.
All right, I will play a Glimmer Void.
I'm at 16, you're at 19.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna Brutality modes is this and Duress you, discarding Torpor.
It's instant or sorcery, right?
Yep.
So the fact that I don't have any is good.
That's probably pretty good. Yeah. Dang it. Okay. Well, I'll pass to you. I'm so dead.
Okay. It's a plus on this Verdant Catacombs and
Okay.
just play a Valakut the Molten Pinnacle
Okay.
and pass the turn.
Okay. End step will mill.
Sure.
I think. It's just one of us. Okay. Well, I'll target myself.
Yeah.
I guess.
Pixis is the one that hits both.
That's right,
And it
that's
exiles. But it's still better to mill yourself because then you just get options if you want to rebuy something.
Yep, that's true. Okay, I will go with an Urza. I'll get a Construct here. And I'll pass to you.
You just have the 1 card in hand.
1 card.
I will get the basic swamp, go to 15, and just play Dread Presence.
Okay.
Where are you, basic swamp?
And it deals 2. Okay.
And then I'll plus the Ren on the Verdant.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
My deck doesn't do much.
I figured this was just an activated Urza turn. I'm just going to cross my fingers and hope it doesn't end too badly.
Oh, if it doesn't end too badly, yeah, I wouldn't be the worst. Let's go with... I'm going to play a land.
What land was it?
Spire.
Yeah, I don't care about that one.
Hey, you don't care about that one? I'm going to look at this list for no reason.
Oh. Gonna cast a Whir of Invention.
Maybe.
Basically, Whir for anything in your deck. I assume Witchbane Orb is the top of the curve.
Yeah, that's the top. I can get a Needle. Needle to just hit Karn preemptively. It is not bad. Outside of that, I don't have a lot of great options. I think that just has to happen anyways. So, yeah, I'll whir for one.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just get hit Car on the Grey Crater. And I cannot activate, so I'll just attack Ren.
That is fine. I could just trade the Dread Presence for the Construct, but yeah, that would not be good.
All right, I'll pass to you.
I was actually really hoping you weren't going to name Verdant Catacombs.
Yeah.
My hand is not very good.
But Karn just wrecked me, so I figured that was too big of a risk.
Yeah, so I am going to play Verdant, sack it, go to 15.
Okay.
And get Overgrown Tomb tapped. I'm going to deal 2 to the Urza. Gain 2, go to 17.
Okay.
Then I'm going to minus my Ren and 6. Deal 1 to the Urza.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to play this other Ren and 6 and do the same thing.
You're a jerk.
So I'm at 17. You're at 19.
Yep.
The question now is, am I trading Dread Presence for this Construct token? And I don't think I am. I think I'd rather just draw cards with the Dread Presence because I have so many things I can find that are great.
Okay.
So I will just attack you for 3.
All right. I'll go to 16.
16. I have plenty of lands in my hand. Don't worry.
I'll mill you. Dang it.
I wouldn't have minded that.
Okay, I'll attack Ren.
Yep.
And I'll play land and I'll pass.
That wasn't a good draw for you.
It really wasn't.
Okay, I'll play Verdant Catacombs and sack it. Go to 16.
Sure. Pretty normal game of Modern, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, very, very normal. I don't have a lot of actual swamps.
Yeah.
So we're going to need to find either an Urborg or a Dryad pretty quickly here.
Yeah, makes sense. Are you going to draw a card here?
I will be drawing a card.
Okay, you're at 15.
There's nothing I need the extra mana for, so we can just have that Overgrown Tomb enter tap.
Okay.
So, yes, that will put me to 15. I will draw this card.
Okay.
I will...
Oh, he's reading it.
Yeah. Assume we're just getting this Urza back. 1, 2.
You got me.
Well, if you want to do that and activate the Urza, then you won't be able to attack this Karn. Yeah, I'm gonna play it.
All right, I'll put Urza into my hand.
Yep. And I will attack you for 3.
13 to 15.
Yep. Pass the turn.
All right. Oh, that was a great draw. A great draw. All right, I'll play Urza.
Yep.
We'll get a Construct. I do think I want to just activate here. Attacking the Karn is like okay, but not that big of a deal. Activate.
Yep.
I'll shuffle. All right. Top 1. Sweet. And I'll pass to you. It was so easy for you to deal with Urza the first time, so I figure it would be just as easy, right?
I will attack you for 3.
Yeah, I'll take it. 10.
I drew a pretty good one.
Oh, God.
I will play a Golos.
Oh, God.
I will find Urborg.
Good call. What do you know? You're getting lucky with your jank here.
So now that will deal 2 damage to the Urza. I will gain 2.
All right.
Put me to 17.
Okay.
Then I will play Verdant Catacombs and deal 2 more damage to the Urza. And go to
Dang it.
19.
Okay.
And
now I don't think I can possibly win.
I'll fetch, go to 18. And then I'm going to go to 17 and draw a card when this enters.
Okay.
Now I don't have to get actual swamps, and I don't want to in case you deal with Urborg somehow.
Okay.
So, yeah, let's get a Temple Garden tapped, I guess.
Of course, of course.
I had to include some planes for flagstones. It got awkward.
You win deep. You win deep. I like it. I like it. Well, my last hit was the Botanical Sanctum. My draw was a Botanical Sanctum, so that can't be good.
Okay, so I'm at 16, and I'll pass the turn.
All right. I'll draw it. All right. Well, I guess I will attack Karn.
I'll block one of them.
I will, in response, whir for all of them. See what we got.
Probably need to get Bridge or...
Yeah, I think I just have to get the other card.
Which Bane Orb? Yeah, Bridge or Orb.
To just not die. I was hoping there was some magical artifact that was going to solve all my problems in here that I forgot about. It looks like that's not the case.
Weird how that worked.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I could get, like, Needle for Golos. That doesn't feel great. Oh, this isn't fair. I guess I could just, like, go for Shredder. No, I was going to say to, like, buy back something, but that's not very good. Yeah, there's a lot of not good. I guess I'll get an orb.
Okay, so one of the constructs... they both live.
Yeah, they both live. Yep. All right, and then I'll pass to you.
Well, that was an important get for you because I drew the Dryad.
Okay.
And I have a Valakut.
Okay. So I'm not dead on the spot, but still very dead because you can just activate Golos, draw a bunch of cards.
Yeah, so I have 8 mana here. Let's go play Cascading Cataracts, draw a card, lose life.
Okay.
15.
Sure.
Um, 3, 7, 9.
Close game. Close game.
Very close.
Just activate Golos and kill me already.
Play Dryad first.
Okay.
Then I guess I do have to play land first.
Yeah.
Play this, draw a card, lose a life.
Okay.
I am at 14.
You want to, like, deal 3 damage to a construct or anything?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Good call.
Yeah, we can do that too. Explore.
Okay.
I'll play a Valakut and deal 3 here, 3 there.
Okay.
Draw a card and lose a life.
Sure.
So I'm at 13.
Yep.
Then I'll explore again.
Okay.
I'll play Nurturing Peatland, draw a card, lose a life. I'm at 12.
You got a coloring book for me or something? Well, I'm not doing anything over here.
And then I will play another Dread Presence maybe. That seems fine.
Sure.
And then I'll you don't have Bridge, so I'll attack you for 6.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
You go to 4.
Ooh, a trophy. That'll get me out of it. All right, you win. Well, my deck, once again, any kind of random Urza pile that I find in the bottom of a 5-0 league dump, once again lets me down. But I always have hope that Urza will eventually come back, but we need some more cards from Modern Horizon to get it going.
The Urza plan now without Mox Opal just isn't fast enough.
It's not fast
against
enough.
what other people are doing. It was never like overly powerful, but the good thing was you could get to Urza and have interaction up for what your opponent was doing.
Exactly. If you could Urza and then have Cryptic Command open, like, then you're set. And you could do that on, like, turn 3, or with Oko, where you're supercharging out food. Maybe Oko on turn 2, make 2 food, then turn 3, you know, Urza and just already have Mana League up or Counterspell or something like that.
So now you're just not able to do that. Maybe with Counterspell now as a cheaper spell, that could really help. I think Counterspell and Force Negation would be really good cards to defend Urza with.
Yeah, but we need some more artifacts. We need one good 1-mana artifact or one good 0-mana artifact besides Bobble and Emery. You know, that was the big problem. Is you just really needed something else.
You have Engineered Explosives, Bobble, and that's basically it.
Yeah, Mox Amber, I guess, but
yeah, you can only play a couple. One Mox Amber. It's hard at that point to figure out what else to.
I agree. But I'll keep trying because Urza is one of my favorite cards in Modern. It's just not quite there right now.
Have you thought about Brainstone?
What does that do again?
It's a 1-mana artifact, and it just says 2-tap sacrifice Brainstorm.
Oh yeah, okay. That actually is kind of nice.
You got the built-in shuffle effect with Urza too.
Ooh,
so once you have Urza, it's like, whatever.
All right, we might have to try that again.
And maybe Brainstone is the one you need.
Okay, I like it. All right, well, you took it down with your absurd deck. That was pretty sweet, I must say. Yeah, I wasn't interacting too much in the proper ways against it, but if you get paired against some Fatal Pushes, it might be a little bit tougher. But overall, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I'm doing very similar things to the Escape Shift deck that is pretty successful in Modern right now.
Yep.
I do think Dread Presence is a downgrade from Omnath.
Yeah.
And you don't have Bring to Light. Instead, I'm playing like the artifact package. But if you're in a metagame where Karn is good and the Black Disruption is good, because I've got, Fatal Pushes in the main, but the sideboard, you got Thoughtseizes and Assassin's Trophies along with the Karn board. So if the Black Disruption is good and Karn is good, then...
could be a good deck, yeah. All right. I like it, everyone. Well, thank you so much for watching. We're going to thank some subs. We're going to thank some sponsors, and we're going to be heading out. I guess if you got any questions, Rob, we would take those as well.
Did you not think Urza's Saga was worth trying in this deck?
I just don't know when I'm tutoring.
I think for me.
Oh, for your
me, yeah. Because you do get that actually would have been pretty sweet.
Because you can tutor for different pieces, like you can find
for
the
like
lantern,
Kodak Shredder and
or Needle.
Page.
Yeah, you should have played that.
I should have played that. That would have been sweet, actually. Yeah. We were just saying, all right, we need to find a good list for Urza Saga, and we just had one submitted. I totally spaced that. It was previewed so long ago. But we definitely should have tried it in that.
First mistake we ever made.
First mistake, but yeah, that's another card that we can add to this, kind of blue counterspell Urza deck. I think I might just have to build this tonight and give it a shot. Redo this to not do the lantern stuff. I think the lantern stuff is bad. I think even Whir is kind of bad. I want to just be a blue-black or blue-white Urza deck. And have Thopter Sword. But also have, Urza Saga, Counterspell, that kind of stuff.
I would like to have some Teferis.
Yeah.
Like 2 of them.
Yeah.
Because that helps your Mox Amber too.
And Emery and stuff, and just kind of be a little bit more of a blue-white control list, kind of. Blue-white artifact control.
Yeah.
All right. I think I might have to build this after the show for Thursday. That sounds kind of nice. We'll revamp Urza. So thank you for that suggestion. I don't know why that went completely over my head when I saw this list.
It's because the card was from like 3 weeks ago.
It was, yeah. It was
preview
so long ago.
They're all overlapping now. We don't know what cards are in what set ever, what cards are in what booster packs.
Which ones are special boosters,
There's
which ones you don't get.
Foils that only come in special jump around boosters.
Look, I don't know. They made infographics. That's all I know.
There were like flow charts and everything to try to understand how you get cards.
There are actual graphics to understand like what's in what, and then I just saw someone resharing with like the Always Sunny meme. I'm just like,
well, if you buy exactly 3 booster packs on the second Thursday from a local store that's in your health insurance,
it's got to be cloudy. It's got to be a cloudy day. Yeah. All right, let's thank some subs. Let's thank some sponsors.
We got a few subs today. Space Satan. So that's going for us. Zach Bargery, Crispy724 for 9 months, and Dave Byrne, Dave Turn. So thank you to those subs and all of our other subs.
Nice. Thank you for that support. If you would like to support Star City Games in another way, you can join SCG Premium. $7.99 a month will get you access to exclusive content from our wonderful staff of content creators, as well as some other perks, which are 5% off of sealed product, 10% off of singles, and 15% off of supplies. So head on over to StarCityGames.com/join-premium and sign up today.
Absolutely. And if you love the chairs that we sit in every Tuesday and Thursday, you could own one of them by heading over to Carnox.com/SCG. Use that affiliate link to get yourself 10% off one of these awesome gaming chairs.
And our final sponsor is Coalesce Apparel. If you're looking at the shirts that we're wearing and you're thinking, I want to put that on my body,
Yeah.
you can get your own shirt, not these, at coalesceapparel.shop. You can find their entire collection there of t-shirts, hoodies, and stickers. And be sure to use the gift code SCG when checking out to get 10% off of your purchase there as well.
I was going to say, are you like trying to give the shirt off my back? Do I have to mail this to someone if they order, or?
If they order enough, maybe.
Maybe? Yeah, all right. We might have to.
You never know when that's the weekly sale.
That's true. The weekly sale is Corey's closed today.
I was going to say, gift Corey a bunch of subs on his channel, and he might sell you the shirt on his back.
You know, I might do that. I might do that. Anything for a sub,
We've done bonus bucks. How about bonus cloth?
Bonus cloth. I like that. All right, we've been playing with Modern Horizon 2, as you've been noticing with, the few amount of cards we've been doing. We're going to continue that trend, but you can actually pre-order the cards right now as far as sealed product. Individual cards will be coming a little bit later. You can do those already? Okay, well, sweet. They'll be coming a little later, as in right now. But you didn't let me finish, Rob. You didn't let me finish quite yet. So.
As in, Corey needs to remember to read his ad read.
Yes, absolutely. So you can get sealed product as well as individual cards already by going to StarCityGames.com/previews to check out all Modern Horizon 2 accessories.
And if you want to pick up a little extra cash to get those Modern Horizons 2 cards you've got your eye on, Star City Games is always buying cards, and the process has never been easier because there's so many ways to do it. You can mail your cards in and let SCG do the work for you. You can use the buy list feature on the website. You can make an appointment and come into Star City Games and do everything in person. And if your collection is big enough, you can make that appointment and have SCG come to you.
Gotta love it. All right, and last...
And always keep in mind that you do get a 30% trade-in bonus when you're taking store credit instead of cash.
Bonus cloths, right? Yeah, the shirts we send to them. Yeah, absolutely. All right, and the sale this week, we got 15% off all legendary creatures. So if you want to pick up some of these nice legends...
If you're a Commander player.
Yeah, Commander player. You know, there's got to be some other good legends that are going to work well with Modern Horizon. So
maybe Urza.
Yeah, maybe after that impressive showing from Urza, you want to, or Yawgmoth, those were good.
Golos Tireless Pilgrim.
That's the one I'd be picking up after this. That one looked quite good. Yeah, to get your combos going with those Cabal Coffers. I do love them. So
you sink all that black mana into Cascading Cataracts, and you activate the Golos, and then you cast the Dread Presence, and going into swamps. There's your Charlie meme.
There we go. That is nice. So that sale will be going until Monday at 10:59 a.m. So once again, 15% off all legendary creatures is the sale for this week. All right, everyone, that is going to do it for our show. Thursday, we're going to be coming back with you with a little bit more modern action. We got a couple of decks brewing with the cards that we saw yesterday, some of the cards we saw today. That's kind of the limited pool that we'll have. We might be able to get some extra cards that get previewed tomorrow, but time will tell. Should be fun.
Hopefully there are some cards that got previewed while we were doing the show. We're going to check as soon as we're done, and we're going to get some deck list breeds.
Come on, Mox Opal reprint. Give it back to me. That's what I need. I'm going to
get back into my tank.
Yeah. It sounds like I need to go in there to get some good ideas. I would have came out with Urza Saga.
Yeah,
Is there enough room?
You got to get your own tank.
I got to get my own tank. Okay. All right,
they're
everyone.
pretty big. Have you seen these things?
I have seen them. I've been in one, actually. They're pretty cool. But you have too, apparently, since one's in your living room, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, our normal time. So for Rob, Ross Merriam, I'm Corey Baumeister. We'll see you then.